Imaging FLA.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
All 2024s must go. It's the model year-end event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. New 2024 Nissans from $18,900. Make no payments till 2025 and 0% interest at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. VIN number RL897631. MSRP 20050. VIN number 5104975 plus tax and fees with approved credit.
Hello, my name is Chris Askew. I work for the Seminole County Fire Department for 17 years, and I'm a proud IDC customer.
Veteran firefighter Chris Askew, a repeat customer at International Diamond Center.
All my jewelry I've ever bought has been from IDC. They have it all. I've never gone there and not find what I needed to find.
One reason Chris loves IDC is that they always roll out the red carpet for heroes in uniform with a 15% discount and special financing.
We don't like to have the special treatment. We don't ask for it, but deep down inside, we're not going to sit there and turn it down or say we hate it because, it helps us out. It's their way of showing that they care about us, they're thinking about us, they have our backs.
International Diamond Center, proud supporter of our military and first responders.
It really means a lot to people like me, and that we go through this job every day, and any little thing that like this really does make a huge difference in our lives, and it shows that people care and that we're just not doing it for nothing.
IDC, proud to serve those who serve us. Get location, store hours, and more at shopidc.com.
Marijuana is scientifically proven to be safer than alcohol, but casual marijuana users are treated like dangerous criminals. It's time for a change, and law enforcement officers across Florida agree. Here's Bradford County Sheriff Gordon Smith with more.
Using marijuana doesn't make you a bad person, and it's time we stop ruining lives over it. I'm a Republican sheriff, and I'm voting yes on Amendment 3 for safe, tested, regulated marijuana for adults. Amendment 3 will get marijuana laced with Chinese fentanyl off our streets and save countless Florida lives. With more funding for law enforcement to crack down on the real criminal, it's time. Vote yes on Amendment 3.
Amendment 3, legal marijuana for adults, safe, regulated, lab tested, and from a store, not the street. Get the facts at yeson3.com.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite number 3321, Tallahassee, Florida 32312.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, Saturday, October 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Car accidents can be scary, but dealing with the insurance company can be even scarier. This Halloween, don't get tricked. Just call Mo. Injured on the go, just call Mo.com. Orlando's attorneys.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish and just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. B-I-L-L-S. BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not the...
How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good, man.
Good.
How are you?
Fritz on the Street coming up in a bit here today on the show. Excited about that. I know Fritz has a story. Did you guys hear Fritz's story from last night yet?
I have not. I have not either.
All right, we'll wait. We'll wait for that. Yeah, we'll wait for that. Something happened during Fritz on the Street that is absolutely worth bringing up on the show. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. We are 12 days from the election, believe it or not, and you got to pick somebody or nobody. You have a decision or indecision to make for 2024. So let's do what we always do. Opening clip time. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we start out with former presidents. Obama this time.
No.
Let's see what Obama has
is this
to
what
say.
I think it is?
Maybe. We'll see.
My palms are sweaty. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
He walks away.
What if you just kicked the podium over?
I wonder if he thought twice about the drop bombs part. I wonder if he was good. That part of the song resonates differently when you used to be president. Obama up there. That was before Eminem came out and was at the Kamala Harris rally, endorsing Kamala Harris for president in Detroit. And
okay. So there was not a clip of him and Eminem singing together.
Oh, they may have. I don't know. I just saw that one. I saw that he went up there and he starts dropping the words from Lose Yourself. And I was like, okay, there we go. Somebody's saying sound is very low. The sound should be absolutely exactly the same as it was yesterday. But do let us know over on, over on YouTube how everything's going over there. All right. We have a lot of stuff to get into here. There was much talk about this Kamala Harris, rally. And people thought that they were chanting for Trump at the Kamala Harris rally, but I don't know if that was true. So let's listen
together. Did Trump say that?
No, he didn't say it. It's just all these people who support him online were like, they were supporting Trump at the Kamala Harris rally. And I thought maybe you might get a person that goes, Trump, MAGA, screams out one thing. But I seriously doubt you would get like a giant contingent of the audience that would be doing that. I don't know if they would make it in. And if you don't know why that is, well, it's because they try their best to make sure the audience is a bunch of mega supporters. And they do that by going to the email lists and the verified text lists and all of the different places where they're pretty sure these people are on the same team as them. So here we go.
If he is elected,
I hear Kamala right
now. See the lady in the background? Just waving her hand. Get out of here, shoot fly.
Get out, get on out. I hear Kamala now, but that was covering up something else. I don't know what I'm hearing.
I'm sure it's very confusing on her end as well.
I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were saying there, but I did not resoundingly hear Donald Trump. I didn't hear that chanted there. I don't know. I thought for a second it might be a lock them up, because sometimes that sounds like Donald Trump, strangely enough. And
you remember how Let's Go Brandon started.
Yeah, right. It ends up just like sounding like a chant for something that it's not. And Biden dropped a lock him up yesterday during this weird press conference where Biden was kind of like wandering around on the stage doing Biden stuff. Look how far he is away from the microphone right now.
Everybody.
I don't know if he has a lapel mic on or something, but he's way over here.
He is talking about doing away with the entire Department of Education.
He's not even on the screen right now. He's gone. He's completely off the screen.
He's talking. He means it. This is not.
Oh, you got to move the camera. Okay, he's got a wireless. Okay.
He's the guy who also wants to replace every civil servant, every single one.
He's coming back.
Thinks he has a right under the Supreme Court ruling on immunity. To be
a lot of this is mush.
If it was the case, to actually eliminate.
All right, here we go.
Eliminate, shoot, kill someone who he believes to be a threat to him.
Right.
I mean, so I know this sounds bizarre. It sounds like if I said this 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We got to lock him up.
He said, we got to lock him up. And then I think he realizes, I just said lock him up.
Politically lock him up.
Politically lock him up. He changes it to.
Yeah. Save, Joe.
Who doesn't say that? We've got to politically lock this person up. Why not? Okay, the story that nobody's talking about that I think is insane right now, and that's why the title is Kamala Harris Close Call. There was a man who nearly crashed in to Kamala Harris in her motorcade in Detroit. After this rally and all the stuff that was going on, or maybe it was in Milwaukee where it actually occurred. Hold on, I got to get to the right story. Yeah, it was in Milwaukee where this went down. And there was a guy who was drunk as hell, completely off his rocker drunk. And he went onto the highway in the wrong lane, and he's headed toward oncoming traffic.
Which is, I imagine, stopped because it's the motorcade, right?
Yeah. And I guess he doesn't even know, but he's cruising, hauling ass drunk, and he's headed right for Kamala Harris's motorcade, which I'm sure was incredibly alarming at the time. But this could have been an absolute catastrophe. Let's see what they said. This is WISN, an ABC channel, talking about this close call with Kamala Harris.
Breaking news at the top of the hour. 12 News just obtained this exclusive video.
Look, that right there is her whole fleet of vehicles. And this, with a circle around it, is the oncoming vehicle on the interstate hauling ass.
That's wild.
Going the wrong way with a drunk dude.
It shows a wrong way driver right here circled in red passing right by Vice President Kamala Harris's motorcade in Milwaukee. That traffic camera captured the suspected drunk driver heading west in the eastbound lanes, nearly colliding with the vehicles in the motorcade.
Insane.
It happened at about 8:20 last night on I-94 between 6th and 16th Street in Milwaukee. 12 News' Nick Bohr is joining us live on this story. Nick, investigators say the driver entered the freeway at St. Paul.
Rough name, man. Nick Bohr. this guy's got a tough one ahead of him here for this story even. But I look at this and I go, imagine this dude. Okay, first of all, don't drink and drive. Drinking and driving is bad. You shouldn't be doing it. Second of all, imagine you drink and drive and you're like, I'm fine. And you drive onto the interstate. You're on the wrong way. You're going the wrong way of the interstate. You're hauling ass. And then you go, what's happening up here? What are all those lights up here? And you realize it's the presidential, or vice presidential in this case, motorcade that is right in front of you. And if he would have just swerved and hit something, my God, they probably would have offed him if he got any closer than he did.
I think if you had realized already that you're going the wrong way, and now you're trying to figure out any way to stop going the wrong way, which means you probably, if you don't have room to turn around, need to find an on-ramp to get off, right?
Oh, yeah. God, that's more dangerous.
Which means, and he was on the right side of that road.
Yeah.
Which means he would have to get all the way over to the other side. I mean, so turning around is your best bet. But anyway, let's say that just you have the spatial awareness, that you're cognitive enough to know that, oh, crap, I'm going the wrong way on the interstate. And then you see tons of flashing lights of a motorcade coming your way. Cops galore. And then they all pass you and you go, son of a bitch, that was a win. I have no idea why.
Am I an invisible man now?
You would be questioning so many things.
I'm gonna rob something.
I am interstate God. You'd be like, what? There was 25 cops that just passed me. I am actually very surprised that they didn't shoot at him or something, because what would that mean? If I'm part of the motorcade and I see a car on the interstate coming at the vice president, presidential candidate at the moment, oncoming at their motorcade, driving at us, I would think this person is trying to assassinate this individual.
I'm surprised
I would think that was what was happening.
The first car in the motorcade didn't get in front of him.
Me too.
That is them putting their body with via a car, but that's the only footage we have so far. Even when he passed, you don't see anyone turn around and go chase him.
No, I would have thought immediately they said, whoa, what was that? That is a security intrusion. We got to do something here.
Does the vice presidential motorcade not follow the same procedures as the presidential one? The reason I ask is because I would think if President Biden came into town right now and needed to get from whatever airport he landed at to wherever he was doing a speech or a rally or something, typically they like block the road off for
One would hope so.
For that trip. You know,
Right.
they get enough bike cops out there to pace traffic for a while. They stop them at the on-ramps, which, if this guy went up an off-ramp, maybe they don't do that part.
Oh, you're right. Maybe they weren't expecting him to go the wrong way, and he's just cruising along. You know, she'll be coming around the mountain. He's driving.
All the other ones were blocked off.
But this seems like another Secret Service fail. It seems like this could have been, if this was a crazy person, they could have killed somebody.
Yeah.
I think maybe it just hasn't. They didn't expect it. It was late at night, right? Or
yeah, it was dark.
There was no sun out, so all you see is headlights.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's an assumption that it was local law enforcement making sure the highway was clear.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, it's just, imagine this guy didn't get caught. He was so blacked out. He wakes up the next morning. He's like, I had this crazy dream.
Swear to God.
That I was coming at the entire motorcade of the Vice President of the United States.
How close does he have to get to her vehicle or to any of their vehicles before they decide that he's a combatant, you know, that he's
I think he got too
risk.
close. He was right there. Let's see what the Boar Man says over here on Channel 12.
Big Boar.
Right, Deanna. It's a suspected the driver got on here. This is St. Paul. We're near 5th Street, and that's the what's supposed to be the off-ramp. You can see these vehicles coming off of 794 here, but you can see it says, do not enter, wrong way. And even further down there, there's another sign that says wrong way, but the 55-year-old man got on here anyway.
Drunk.
A move that, without exaggeration, could have had worldwide implications. Take a look at the close call captured on video.
He drove
the
right by
car
him.
passes Vice President Harris's motorcade almost immediately. You can see it's moving slowly in the wrong direction. The driver passes all of the vehicles in the motorcade. The last car, a Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputy, pulls the driver over and arrests him on suspicion of drunk driving.
Somebody did.
We're told.
Yeah, the last car pulls him over. But if he would have just swerved into, at full speed, Kamala Harris's car, I don't know if the beast would have been a coffin at that moment.
Have a beast?
Oh, that's a good question. Is the vice president in one of those beast limousines?
Little beast.
I hope so. I think that they
Maybe
should
Biden
be.
loans are the beast, you know, because we were not.
Take it for a spin.
Maybe he doesn't trust the Secret Service.
Hey, who are you kidding? Biden doesn't know if she takes the beast or not. That man has no idea.
Where's my car?
Where's the beast?
Take a look at if the vice president drives the beast, too, because they have a limousine for the president. It's called the Beast. It's fortified. I know it's supposed to withstand explosions or gunfire. I don't know about an oncoming crash. If somebody's driving and they just floor it down the interstate and they swerve right into Kamala Harris's limousine, bam, you know, and that crash happens.
Wearing a seatbelt? Or is everyone flying through the long cabin area? What do you call it?
Well, the open area in the back of the limo.
Yeah.
Seating area, I don't know, whatever it's called. But that absolutely could have happened here. Sean says she was safe. Was she? I have no idea. It really could have been a bad thing here. Let me know what you find there, Sealand. But that was a pretty crazy story.
I'm seeing from earlier this year, which is crazy to think that this wouldn't be the first incident in the motorcade for her this year.
Really?
The back end of the vehicle carrying Vice President Kamala Harris, quote, became momentarily airborne, end quote. Woo! After it struck a high curb during a 2022 motorcade accident. So this is published this year, but this was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
In Washington, D.C., initially reported to top Secret Service officials as a mechanical failure. But it says SUV, Vice President's SUV was partially airborne during 2022 motorcade accident. I don't know if maybe she would get a different car now that she's the candidate. Because at some point in your candidacy, when you are the main candidate, isn't at some point you like adopt a Secret Service detail?
Yeah, I believe so. If you're the party's chosen candidate, for sure, you have Secret Service detail. And I would want that. I want all these people to be safe. I don't want people being assassinated. We've become very close here a couple of times. I don't want that to happen. This seems like a failure on my part. It seems like the Secret Service dropped the ball and didn't have that particular exit/entrance to the freeway blocked off. So we'll see what you think. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. That guy getting a hell of a rude awakening afterwards, I'm sure. You ready to get into the time machine?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's been a minute.
Where are we going?
Load up, everybody. We're getting in the time machine.
Here we go.
Should have done this on Monday.
It's getting louder.
Yeah.
This machine, it's louder and longer than ever before. Where were we going to go on Monday? What was that?
Monday was Back to the Future Day.
Yeah, that makes sense. This was
for nerds.
On this day in 2001, you might remember this.
And we are introducing a product today that takes us exactly there. And that product is called iPod.
Whoa.
iMac, iBook, iPod.
20.
What is iPod?
Did you hear? There was giggles. There was some giggles in the audience after he announced this. He's like, iMac, whatever, iPod.
Because they just made that word up. The pod part. This when he's standing there saying this to everybody, nobody had ever heard the word podcast before.
No,
True.
I don't think so. No, because that's where the word podcast comes from. But hold on, let me hear that again.
iBook, iPod. What is iPod?
There's a couple of people laughing.
iPod is an MP3 music player.
That Comic Sans?
Has CD quality music.
It looks like it.
And it plays all of the popular open formats of digital music.
It's never going to catch on, Jobs, okay? It's not going to be a big deal 23 years later. How different is the music industry?
Oh, yeah. I mean, iPods are now gone because...
Yeah, iPods aren't even out there.
You can listen to it on your phone. That is just... It's not just for phone calls anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know. There was already MP3 players when the iPod came out.
Yes.
So they weren't the first MP3 player.
No, that's why I kind of like...
I had an MP3 player, but it had all of 10 songs on it before.
Yes,
yeah. That's why I kind of didn't like the iPod when they first announced it, because everybody was going crazy over it because they're all Apple freaks.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, the iPod's great. They invented the MP3 player. What about the Diamond Rio, guys? Come on.
Sea-Line's worried about Diamond Rio getting some credit here, folks. He wants to make sure they get their applause. What about the Zune? The Zune was after, right? The Zune came after the iPod.
Poor Zune.
But everything has changed.
They tried. I even think they tried to put a radio antenna in the Zune so they could really, kind of get the umbrella over all of the different ways that you would ingest your music or your media.
Yeah, you know what was genius about the iPod launch and the marketing of it? They were going to tell you, well, the iPod's got this much storage. And instead of storage, somebody said, who cares about storage? Tell them how many songs. And they said 1,000 songs in your pocket.
What? I
and
didn't
everybody
even
was
know
like,
1,000 songs.
Yeah, like, whoa, 1,000 songs I can carry with me? Wow, that's way more than this Walkman that I have right now. This is totally going to be a game changer. And then bam, everything is upended. The iPod itself put us on a trajectory that got rid of most physical media in the popular spaces.
Speak for yourself. I still got a big CD case. For some reason, I cannot part ways with it.
I think it also led to the same thing on video, because the video iPod came out eventually, and then your phone was able to play all these videos. And next thing you know, you didn't have a DVD that you were sticking into a DVD player. It just changed a lot of stuff, and it was a very big deal some 23 years ago today. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Phil emails, and he says, why are people so ignorant? Oh, man, Phil, I'm with you. First off, why are people allowed to spew such misinformation and not have any repercussions for it? Secondly, why are people so ignorant to misinformation? That's a real problem. There's a lot of dumb people who just fall for everything. I'm even seeing comments saying, get ready for war. When this happens, we'll riot. I'm armed and ready to take some people out. Don't take any of that audio and do anything with it, please.
That would really
That's not
be a
good
headache for everybody.
Those were quotes, please. Those were quotes. This is ridiculous. People have gone too crazy about politics, and the only true winner is the government. Why are people understanding that this makes the government stronger? And it's somebody's post on Facebook, and it says, prediction, the Democrats are going to steal this election just like the last one, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole thing about they're faking ballots, stuffing, yada, 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 yada. Here's why this happens. It happens because social media platforms have not millions, but billions. And in the case of Facebook, I think hundreds of billions. Celine, can you Google total Facebook users? How many total Facebook users there are? It's got to be at least
just say hundreds of billions?
Hundreds of billions. More than 3.07 billion.
Oh, no. So it's only 3 billion then.
As of 2024, accounting for 56.33% of all internet users. Largest group, 31.
Oh, that's too many people.
31% falls within the 25 to 34 age range.
I went too high. I went way too high because we don't have that many people on the planet.
Billion,
I was going to say.
That's at hundreds of billions.
This is a pretty crowded planet
a
now.
lot of fake accounts, but
it's in the billions. So 3 billion or so people. When you have that many people typing all kinds of dumb stuff, it's very, very hard to police all of that. So posts are going to squeak out here and there, and there's not a lot you can do unless you pre-approve every single post, which is never going to happen. And the problem is everybody's just dumb. There's dumb people, and they fall for everything. And we're going to have to deal with that moving forward at some point in time. How? I do not know. When we come back, what we'll deal with is all the updates in this Suitcase murder trial with Boone, Sarah Boone. She was testifying yesterday. Then this thing is going to be wrapping up. At least the defense is wrapping up their case today at some point. So I want to be watching this and waiting for a verdict when that comes. Maybe even at some point this week. We'll give you the latest on what's going down in the Suitcase murder trial. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Watch out for an accident on State Road 408 westbound before I-4. The right lane is blocked there. There's an earlier accident off to the shoulder on the Greenway southbound near Colonial Drive. If I-4 is a part of your commute, a lot of congestion in the Champions Gate area, and traffic is slowing down on I-4 through the city between Michigan Street and approaching Colonial Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sam Adams Oktoberfest presents Rocktoberfest, October 25th and 26th at the Central Florida Fairgrounds at the Orlando Amphitheater. Enjoy live music from Hardwired, a Metallica tribute, the Pantera Experience, Talk Dirty to Me, Poison tribute, and the De Leon Band featuring Bavarian heritage music. Plus great food from Hollerbach's German Restaurant and other vendors. The German beer will be flowing. General admission and a limited number of VIP tickets are available now. Get more info at realradio.fm.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth? Our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Tim Dillon. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. That's orlando.funnybone.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 26th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're going to find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
You can learn more about this show by going to thenewsjunkie.com. I hope you'll do that and subscribe to the podcast over there. It's very easy to find on thenewsjunkie.com.
Ooh,
what are you laughing about over there, C-Lane?
Do you follow r/trashy on Reddit?
Yeah.
You see this post from the Las Vegas airport?
No, what happened?
Go up.
Is it like a top post here?
It should be. I think we could show it because there's nothing.
Oh, boy.
There's no parts showing.
Does it say didn't buy any Fremont clothes today?
It just says Las Vegas airport.
Okay. I'm doing my best.
Are you on Trashy?
Oh, no, I went to Vegas. So I really screwed the pooch over here. I don't know, what I'm doing. I just saw something that said not safe for work on that. I said, that's what C-Lane wants me to click. Here I go.
This is, I don't know that it's safe for work, but drag that open and.
Oh, no, I know where this is going already. Is what I think is happening over there?
See the guy's hand?
Yeah. I don't have to hit play. I know what's going on. I know what this guy's doing.
My gosh, right there in the terminal?
Oh, my God. Don't act like you're such a prude. Every once in a while, it hits you, and you go, right here is the best place to be.
Not at an airport.
Yes, every once in a while.
No. Not in that public place of an airport. You know there's plenty of places at an airport you could do something like this and get away with it.
This may be a public place in the airport, yes. But when the love bomb hits you, you go with it, no matter what that means. And this is a couple that's getting a little bit familiar with each other, okay?
This is for a subscription service.
They're by themselves over there.
There has to be a camera prop somewhere.
It could be that this person who's filming it is in on it. You're always finding the conspiracy angle. I don't know if that's true or not, but they're over here.
I mean, this is Vegas.
Getting friendly.
They might be absolutely trashed.
They could.
You would hope they were.
I just don't dare hit play because I feel like what
You're
follows.
not going to see any nudity.
I know what I'm going to see.
That guy's right hand is moving. It's moving.
B.R. says, wait, what is he doing? Describe it in detail. I think you know what's happening over there, okay? You can see some things. It's very short. It's literally a 2-second clip. Yeah. That's what we have here that we're looking at for our evidence. So not a ton to work with.
Convenient that you wore a skirt.
It is. I wanted to bring this by you, C-Lane, because on the show, Sabrina and I don't cook like you do. You know more about the world of food. In fact, you're eating right now, so there's no better time to ask you this question. What are you snacking on over there at the moment?
A little Tijuana Fletch.
Just a little bit of Tijuana.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. I thought this was fake. I literally thought this was some joke, some SNL skit or something. But somebody unearthed this infomercial for this lady. Have you ever heard of Eat This Book?
No.
I thought this was fake.
Is this what it sounds like?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me just play this. This is real. This is 100% real.
But imagine if you could make dinner with no pots and pans. Hi, Kathy Mitchell here with Eat This Book, my new collection of recipes that you prepare and cook on a page from the book. It's dinner made easy. Watch. Just tear out a page and put the ingredients right on the picture.
That is...
This is like an oven-ready wax paper or something like that?
I guess so.
That's brilliant.
You pull out the pages from the book, and then you lay your actual food. Like there's shapes of shrimps, and you lay your shrimp on the shrimp shape. And then you lay the spinach on the spinach shape, and the tomatoes on the tomato shape. And then you take the paper from it, and you put it in the actual oven, and you cook on the pages from the book.
I love that.
I think it's a great idea. I think for people who aren't really very...
I'm listening.
Into cooking or very knowledgeable about it. I mean, there's a lot you could do with the oven pouch. I used to cook oven pouch fish all the time.
And you just wrap it up and put it in there?
I would throw a tilapia in there with some lemon slices, some spices, and a little oil. And sometimes you don't even need the water, but in this thing they're putting water in. And then wrap it up like a pouch and let it kind of steam itself.
But see,
how did nobody think about this before?
They did, and it should have been released it was before its time. Now I think that people would eat up this product.
I think they might.
HelloFresh.
If HelloFresh got these pages,
but it sends you the same. It said the exact amount that you have to put in, or are you supposed to still measure stuff?
HelloFresh usually sends you the exact amount.
Okay,
yeah, they do.
I like
so that would be genius for them to adopt this and buy into the rights of the Eat This Book thing, and then you say, look, we're going to send you the food. We'll send you this thing. You put the food on the thing. You put it in the oven. Presto, bango. You're good to go. That's kind of crazy smart, isn't it? I've never seen anything like this before. You just pull out a page from the book, line the stuff up on it, and then
it's that easy. Then fold and bake for a delicious meal every time, guaranteed. The parchment paper pages are a foolproof way to make the perfect meal every day. No more messy pans to clean. Finished? Just toss it in the trash. Here's a simple salmon recipe. Add some.
All right, so you toss it in the trash when you're done. Does that mean you can't make that meal anymore?
Yeah.
You're not able to redo that?
Well, you don't usually reuse anything from a pouch like that.
No.
I usually do them in foil, but even that's one of the best parts about it is that you put it on your plate and you crumble it up, and that's dish you don't have to do.
Damn, so I'm trying to look it up, and Eat This Book has been taken over by what seems to be Bible scriptures.
Okay. All right.
Which
you're eating the Bible too, or
I don't know. All of it's like challenges us to read the scriptures on their own terms, and then maybe you consume the pages. But there has to be a reason why this product didn't thrive.
I wonder if there was like an issue where
everyone was being poisoned.
Yeah, if the ink was not food safe.
I don't think so. I think Sabrina's right. I think this was the wrong time. I think if this surfaced right now on Instagram and people started seeing this, they'd be like, get me that. And what's the most brilliant thing? You buy a cookbook from anybody else, you buy it once. You got to keep buying this cookbook if you want to make the ziti again. You ate all the ziti pages, and there's no more ziti cookbook pages. Get another one. I would get behind this. I would invest in this. This is like a coloring book for eating.
Where's this lady at? Does she die?
I don't know. Her name is Kathy Mitchell.
Somebody has to have the patent on this and be able to license it out to somewhere. I think HelloFresh or any sort of food service like that would be perfect.
Still around.
So genius.
You can't have every meal on HelloFresh be oven pouches. That would get a little redundant.
No, you can have a line, right? You could have like a line of meals that are just like this, and nobody else is doing this. And man, HelloFresh, there's your idea. You got to pay us for it, though. I didn't come up with it.
We're stealing it from somebody else, but you should still pay us.
No, Sabrina said the HelloFresh tie-in, that one. So that I think would work for them.
I mean, I
think
like
that would be good.
I get anxiety when it comes to cooking. Being told exactly the amount, and if it's already ready to go, then I have a page that I could just place everything on and throw it in the oven. Even better. This gal has a wiki page, still alive, I believe, because they don't have a death date. Other books by Kathy Mitchell include Crock Pot Dump Meals and Dinner Dumps.
Dinner Dumps? Dinner Dumps is a bad name.
Maybe the titling was her problem.
She peaked with Eat This Book because Eat This Book is it's just magnifique. It's pretty damn genius, if you ask me. What would you do if this came back out? Would you be a buyer for Cook by Numbers, basically? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a video or audio dispatch right now. We always want to hear from you here on the show, and today is no different. I want to talk about a bunch of things, including the Sarah Boone trial here before too long. But I was just watching during the break because Starbucks. Now, Sabrina, you were our resident Starbucks person.
Yes.
I don't know if you still go. Do you still go as much or no?
Not really, no.
Okay. Why not?
My route, I guess, became different, and it was very expensive. I mean, it just didn't make sense. I had a phase in which I was making everything at home, had an espresso machine. That got boring. So now I just get a little Cuban coffee at a coffee spot right by my house.
Okay, so you're the worst nightmare, actually. You're somebody who was a daily customer.
I was.
And who completely changed to go to somebody else. Competition for Starbucks.
Oh, when you're paying $15 for one drink, I said, maybe it's time to pump the brakes.
Every single day, that's a lot. That adds up to quite a bit of money. So they got a new CEO, Howard Schultz guy, done for. And they brought this new guy on, and he's working over there in Seattle, and he's doing a Domino's deal. And by Domino's deal, I mean, he's coming out, and the CEO is saying, we screwed up. We made a huge mistake. We've got to fix things here at Starbucks, which worked for Domino's. If you don't know about this, way back in the day, Domino's did a commercial which said, like, hey, we suck. We made a huge mistake. Hang on, let me see if I can find that, if that's on YouTube. It has to be, right? Domino's.
Yeah, they like posted on the wall all the bad comments about them and stuff like that to try and motivate the powers that be and the chefs to remake the Domino's menu and make it delicious.
Yeah, this is a CNN.
The day she put this in front.
Maybe the weirdest ad campaign ever. Domino's bashes itself.
Worst excuse for pizza I've ever had.
It's either the worst or the best excuse for an ad campaign.
Domino's pizza crust to me is like cardboard.
So they had all these people crapping on their product and saying Domino's is bad, it's the worst. And they said, we hear you and we're going to change. And they did. And it worked really well. And Domino's has been very successful after that campaign. Starbucks is getting kicked in the shorts, and they're not making as much money as they used to. They're closing stores, which is kind of unheard of for Starbucks. And they get this new CEO who comes out and says, hey, we screwed up. And he makes his video. But his video sucks. It's so bad. And I think this may have made things worse.
To screw up.
So the first thing he does is something I think enrages everyone. It certainly enrages me. He speaks in the most corporate speak ever.
Great.
Like, not like a human being. He's here at Starbucks. We're bound by our lifelong connection to our customers, and we thrive on providing the ultimate in-store. What are you saying? I'd like a coffee, please. I'd like something delicious served up by an employee that hopefully you take care of.
With my name written on it.
Yeah, put my name on it. Don't get it wrong, please. I don't have too many demands, but I would like a good experience if you're going to be taking my money from me. I think his new message is bad. We're going to get into this. We'll play this and see what you think as well. Or maybe you think they did a good job and they're going to have a huge comeback here. We'll see what we all think of Starbucks. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Talking you down on your drive home. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, temperatures will be bouncing back into the mid-80s for highs. The high of 85 degrees today in Orlando will stay mostly dry. A couple of coastal showers could make their way further inland, only though about a 10% chance of those sprinkles. Otherwise, will stay dry and mostly sunny. Highs right around the low to mid-80s all the way into the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Guys, Blue Chew is here to help you out. This is a unique online service that's going to get you the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. If you've ever been curious on this performance enhancement for the bedroom, now's the time to act. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code TNJ at checkout. You just pay $5 for shipping. That is it. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TNJ to get your first month free at BlueChew.com.
2025s are here. It's the Model Year End event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Check out the bold and colorful new 2025 Kicks or used cars from $8,968. And your credit problems are no problem at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home with a lifetime warranty. Plus tax and fees with approved credit.
It's that time again, where we choose who we think is the best candidate for office. It's a difficult decision that requires the evaluation of contenders. Do they have the appropriate skills and experience for this office? Are they the right type of leader? Do they have a clear vision? Selecting the right candidate is no easy feat. That's why, for your office, there's ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes choosing the right candidate for any office easy because they only find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. Best of all, they do it fast. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, while you're thinking about that really big decision, rest assured that any other hiring decision will be much easier when you use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Spend Halloween at Old Town for some spooktacular fun. Grab your little ghoul and goblin for a night of free trick-or-treating along Old Town's Main Street. Stop by one of our many candy stations and pick up a free sugary treat without the trick. Dress up the family for Old Town's costume contest and enjoy entertainment throughout the park. While you're here, explore Old Town with more retail, dining, attractions, and more. Halloween at Old Town is Thursday, October 31st, starting at 5 p.m. For more info, visit myoldtownusa.com.
For over 40 years, Solar Source has stood by Orlando and Tampa. We've weathered storms together. Our emergency service department is here, ready to help you rebuild. Call 1-800-329-1301 or visit solarsource.com. Explore battery backup systems to protect your family. Don't wait. Call Solar Source at 1-800-329-1301 or visit solarsource.com. Solar Source, we're with you every step of the way.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Outsmart cyber criminals this October with Norton 360. For Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Norton 360 offers a software updater feature to reduce vulnerabilities. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off your first year at norton.com/secure.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Get your opinion on the show, and your opinion matters. We're close to an election, folks. Might as well get it off your chest somewhere and have some fun with us. Go on a ride for the next 12 days, and make sure you don't miss anything by subscribing to the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. There must be some factory somewhere where they slide aliens into skin suits and send them off to be CEOs, because most CEOs are god-awful. There are very few Steve Jobs out there. Steve Jobs was a great CEO, a great leader. He was a smart man. He knew how to communicate with people, which a lot of CEOs kind of suck at, including people that are very smart. Honestly, I think Elon Musk is very bad at communicating. I don't think he's very good at getting across what his message is and what he wants to do with his companies. A lot of these CEOs suck at it. They're just not good at speaking to human beings. And
Steve Jobs wasn't always, by the way. Like, Steve Jobs got fired from Apple at one point.
He did. Yeah, he definitely did.
And I think he was probably one of those guys who, you know, when there wasn't any cameras around, was like just screaming at everybody.
Probably.
But
Who was his partner? Was something with the W.
Wozniak,
yeah. Steve Wozniak.
I believe, was not very personable either.
No, he wasn't. He's not very good at communicating. But Steve Jobs, I'm saying, was a great communicator. Yeah, not to say he was a nice guy.
He could present properly.
Definitely. Very, very good at going, here is the product. Here's what product does. Here's how much product costs. Here's how it's going to change your life. Buy product. That is the model, and Steve Jobs was good at it. Some people aren't. You know who was good at it? Controversial, spicy. Papa John. Papa John was good at it.
He was.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
It turns out that behind closed doors is when he was not great at talking.
He had some other issues.
The N-word with the hard R.
But he got to the point in what he was wanting to do with his company, and that's why Papa John's was a very successful company. The point is, CEOs are often god-awful at this stuff. And Domino's, when they started realizing, oh my God, we suck. There's a problem here. We have to fix our company. They went to the American people with an ad campaign that said exactly that. We have let you down. Our food has not been good. We apologize, and we're ready to make it better. And that's what they did. And they turned around that company. The stock price went up. The company started to do much better than they were because they were in just an absolute free fall. And now Starbucks is trying to do that. That's what brings us to this conversation today. And Starbucks has hired this new CEO. And I don't know what to make of this guy. Brian Niccol is his name. And Brian Niccol is robo-CEO. Like, he looks like he was made in a factory. Just look at this guy. You tell me you didn't go up to a machine and hit CEO and this guy dropped out? Look at him. He just looks like a piece of plastic or something. And he speaks in all of this corporatese kind of language that I absolutely detest. And I wanted to hear him speak because he was doing the Domino's things. He was coming out to go, Starbucks sucks. We got to fix it. But listen to this. All right, here we go.
I think, as you know, last month I made a commitment that we would get back to Starbucks. That means focusing on what has always set Starbucks apart.
Okay.
A welcoming coffee house where people gather and where we serve the finest coffee, handcrafted by our skilled baristas.
It looks like he's holding in a fart.
It's our enduring identity, and it's why millions of customers around the world visit Starbucks every single day. People love Starbucks, but I've heard from some customers that we've drifted from our core, that we've made it harder to be a customer than it should be, and that we've stopped communicating with them.
All right.
As a result, some are visiting less often.
Like Sabrina.
And I think today's results tell that same story. To welcome all our customers back and return to growth, we need to fundamentally change our recent strategy. Back to Starbucks is that fundamental change.
Fundamental.
I believe that our problems are very fixable and that we have significant strengths to build on.
Right.
I've spent my career understanding, stewarding, and building brands, and it's clear the Starbucks brand is strong and enduring.
You have to talk to people. Go, coffee was bad. We make coffee better.
Exactly.
Right?
Is this an employee video? Is this something that goes out to managers or franchise owners? Because this is not selling it to your customer.
I think the bottom line is, I don't think the Starbucks coffee has gotten bad. I don't think maybe the Starbucks culture has fallen off a little bit. I don't think the coffee has gotten bad. I think the coffee has gotten more expensive.
Yes. So say that.
Starbucks coffee was already like kind of the Cadillac of coffee. You already knew you were paying more than other people paid for coffee. But when everything is expensive now, it's kind of hard to go, I should still get a $7 latte.
Yeah, chat is full of people that hate them for various political reasons, like stop sending money to Israel. And then I saw earlier Starbucks went woke, and that's why I don't want them. I think at the bottom of the...
they stole Christmas or something, right?
At the bottom of the argument pit, you're going to find the real reasons why this is happening. And it's because of the things that Sabrina said, which is it's too expensive. That's what I've heard. Too expensive, right? Costs too much. The baristas are rude now, I've heard people say. I don't know if that's true or not.
How can you quantify that? Starbucks is a nationwide chain with thousands of baristas. Are all of them getting rude? I
don't know.
It's not like a company policy has been like, you know what? We should be dicks now.
It's just one of the things that I've heard that people have said about Starbucks in the last couple of years, that the baristas are rude now. I'm not putting any weight to that. They say you order and you think that you're first in line, but there might be a dozen mobile orders ahead of you of people that aren't even there. So you have to sit and wait, even though you're the only one there. This is kind of a backlash against their mobile app that they've pushed so heavily. People saying that their drinks are too sweet. People saying all of these different actual things. But this dude goes up there and he just goes robo corporate speak, bottom line, but nobody connects with this stuff.
When we stay true to our core identity and focus on delivering a great partner and customer experience, our customers come, and importantly, they come back. Since taking this role, I've been digging in to understand our business. I've spent most of my time in stores talking with our partners and customers. I've also met with support center teams.
I can't even do it. This is so boring compared to the Domino's one. The Domino's one, they had a focus group, and people were like, Domino's pizza is terrible. The crust tastes like cardboard. They're just dropping all these great bombs on them. And then they fixed it. They said, we got to do something about this. And that's what I liked. This ain't going to work. This is dumb. You got to get human beings running your companies. You got to get people who know what's going on.
Well, I mean, this guy, I don't think people are going to find him very relatable. We've talked about this guy already this year.
Oh,
for
I don't recognize him.
A thing that he was that they found a little controversial.
What was that?
They wanted him. Okay, what you got?
He was a CEO somewhere else.
He's been the CEO of a bunch of major brands, but Starbucks is his latest one as of this year.
Was it like a layoff video thing?
No, they said as CEO of Starbucks, Nickel was reported to be using the company-owned jet to commute roughly 1,000 miles from his residence in Newport Beach, California, to Starbucks headquarters in Seattle, where he's expected to work in person at least 3 times a week, sparking criticism by environmentalists who are concerned about greenhouse gas emissions and other environmental impacts.
That is a lot of flying.
Even if you take away the emissions rage, the hippie rage about, oh gosh, what is he doing to our air?
Mm-hmm.
This guy flies 1,000 miles to work and back every week.
Yeah.
In a private jet. How are you supposed to tell me to come back to Starbucks?
Yeah.
That's why your lattes are $15 a piece. This is why everything's so expensive.
Exactly. And so what happens now?
Hell, the lattes have increased by $8 in this segment alone.
It could be the case. Well, what do you think? Let us know. So many people hate Starbucks now. What is the reason why? And did that change your mind? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Into the Sarah Boone stuff, this whole case with the woman who zipped her boyfriend up in a suitcase and he died is going on right now. I want to talk about the votes that have already been cast and some that C-Lane watched last night that we need to touch on. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Orlando City kicks off round 1 of the MLS playoffs at Entering Coast Stadium when they host Charlotte FC this Sunday. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, and is brought to you by WG Sports Center. Discover indoor soccer. For details and to join their team, follow at WG Sports Center.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Hancock Road. There's intersection backups where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. On I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays before State Road 429 and in the Lake Buena Vista area. Keep in mind, if you see local crews on the roadways clearing stuff up, just move over and slow down. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by Blue Chew. Find them online at BlueChew.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
It's that time again, where we choose who we think is the best candidate for office. It's a difficult decision that requires the evaluation of contenders. Do they have the appropriate skills and experience for this office? Are they the right type of leader? Do they have a clear vision? Selecting the right candidate is no easy feat. That's why, for your office, there's ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes choosing the right candidate for any office easy because they only find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. Best of all, they do it fast. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, while you're thinking about that really big decision, rest assured that any other hiring decision will be much easier when you use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the News Junkie.
Coming up in about an hour, if you got some time, you can always bring us with us wherever you go using the iHeartRadio app. You can ask your smart speaker to play the show and various other ways you could keep up with us, including the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.
I'm curious about this story. Is this something we need to learn before we play Fritz on the Street?
Which one? Which story?
He says a Fritz story.
Fritz secret story.
Oh, the Fritz's story you don't need to know before Fritz on the Street. Okay. No, he just told me something happened last night while he was doing Fritz on the Street. And I said, oh, my God, I don't even know the details. I just heard
You're like,
very,
wait
very
until
quickly.
We're on the air.
No, I didn't even tell him that. It was late. It was late last night because obviously he does that Fritz's Funhouse Trivia fairly late. And I just got a text I saw it was from him. And I said, oh, wow. All right. We'll get the details tomorrow. So we'll talk to Fritz about that in less than an hour. Right now, we're going to talk about the story about Sarah Boone. And she was in court and testifying in her own case. And the craziest part of it was when the prosecution started asking her questions, they had her do a demonstration with the suitcase in front of the jury, which I think is probably pretty impactful because the jurors are sitting there going, all right, and they can't really picture it that much. And then they see the woman take the actual suitcase, take it out, and zip it up like she zipped her boyfriend at the time into this thing. And I have other questions, too, about this. Real quick, sidebar. Let's just go on a mini side quest here. When she was testifying yesterday, she said she was 100 pounds. I was looking at this woman going, she doesn't look 100 pounds now.
Well, that's, she's been incarcerated, is she not?
Yeah, but I saw the booking info. This was from 2020. It's very hard for you to see. I might be able to bring this over here and zoom it in so you can take a look. And this says this was when she was arrested in February of 2020. I don't know how long before that the alleged murder occurred, but she has herself down as 140 pounds.
That's a big difference from 98 pounds.
And 5'3", 140 pounds on this. He was, and they kept talking about him being 120. He was like 104 pounds. This guy, the boyfriend.
They do drugs.
They just drank wine. I think all their calories came from wine. And this can happen to people when you get deep into it. They would go to the store, I guess, and Sarah Boone and this dude would get one of those big bottles of wine that's basically 2 in 1. It's 2 bottles of wine, not one. And that's what they would drink. And they wouldn't watch TV. They would just have their wine and chat and do different things, play hide and seek around the house, which seems so strange. And she is arguing that she was abused, and that's why this happened, and she didn't know that he died in the suitcase. And the defense, or the prosecution, rather, is arguing that this woman is a monster who not only killed this guy, but when he was in the suitcase, she pushed him down the stairs, maybe, was hitting the suitcase with a baseball bat.
God. So I did hear that he was actually able to get his hand out, and I think that probably would have been his one window to get out of the suitcase, and she allegedly smashed it with a baseball bat.
Started hitting the guy with a baseball
This
bat.
game is intense. I don't think everyone's laughing anymore.
Full contact, hide and seek at that point. Here they go. This was the demonstration in the courtroom.
Can we see how it was that the 2 zipper parts were positioned when you say that Mr. Torres was able to get his hand out?
Remember, the jury is watching this.
If you want me to do it, I'm fine to take your direction.
From what I remember, this is how the suitcase.
Well, it's kind of spooky that that's the suitcase.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, they have
Doesn't look
gloves
that
on.
flimsy.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like. Yeah, they said they were about to throw it away. It really doesn't look like it's in that kind of condition. It is a regular, guys, I'm colorblind. Blue? Is blue accurate there?
Green.
Bluish, greenish, some kind of bluish,
right
greenish color suitcase that is on the floor. It's a regular full-size suitcase that you would roll around. And this is the one the dude died in. And they got it out in the courtroom, and she's got the gloves on demonstrating.
This is how the suitcase works.
That's where he was.
This was up here. This was not this hard either.
Yeah, it's looking right now like it wasn't super easy for her to zip him in there. So that didn't just, happen. It was like she had to forcefully pull the zipper over to lock him in there if this is the way it was when that happened.
Like here.
Okay.
Right here.
Maybe this is the reason why they're going to throw it away.
Go right there, ma'am.
Now, if I'm a juror, all I'm doing is picturing that, hey, there was a guy in that suitcase. There was a guy in that suitcase. I'm picturing that nonstop.
And I'm looking at the people standing around the suitcase and thinking, none of these people seem like they could fit in a suitcase, but this dude fit in there?
Yeah, like I don't think she could right now. When I'm looking at her, Sarah Boone, in the courtroom standing up, I don't know that she would fit in that suitcase. So this guy was squished in there. And she's hitting him with a bat. And, man, just, it's a brutal case. It really is. And I don't know how much of a chance she has to get off here, legally speaking. But we're going to see, because they are going to, I think, call it quits on the defense. They're going to settle their side of the case. The defense will rest today. And then maybe the prosecution, too. So before you know it, this will be off to the jury, and we'll get a verdict in this case. This is from an attorney who's following this, Matt Timpanick. And it says, under Florida law, in order to convict for second-degree murder, which she's charged with that, it's not necessary for the state to prove the defendant had an intent to cause death. The act merely needs to be immediately dangerous to another and demonstrates a depraved mind without regard for human life. If I'm on the jury and I hear that, I'm like, see you later, Sarah Boone.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got enough evidence to prove that this one is locked.
Yeah, but still using weird. That overt spousal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to ask Mo about, because it's not necessarily self-defense in the moment, but you could get away with murder, or not get away, but not be charged with murder if it's an ongoing proof of spousal abuse.
Well, in some states they have stuff. That's why we're talking about the Menendez stuff. They have things that say you can justify a person's actions based on a history of abuse. So let's say, God forbid, somebody hit you every single day and you lived in fear for your life. If you attack that person and kill them, it's not happening in a vacuum. It's happening because all the stuff that happened before it. And yeah, that's an interesting. Put that on the list for Mo for sure. I've got tons of emails for him too, by the way.
It's weird though that tweet describing second-degree murder in the state of Florida, because the things it describes sound more like manslaughter to me. Like when I hear murder, I think intent to kill, intent to end a life. And manslaughter is like usually I've done something negligent, criminally. That has resulted in the end of a life that may not have been intentional. Like this one, it seems like they're still calling that murder, which,
Because I think based on the other evidence that they have, the video, the taunting of it, like while she at first maybe didn't intend to kill him after he begged for his life and he's on the video, then I think at that point she is of sound mind to say, I am reaching the point that he's going to die. And I'm allowing that.
And I'm not going to play that again. You guys remember when we played that? It was
F-bomb crazy.
Eerie.
Oh, and eerie.
More importantly, it was eerie. She's just without a care in the world. She's addressing this situation. So I think that she absolutely should spend a long time behind bars. C-Lane, you said last night you watched that new movie,
Woman of the Hour.
Woman of the Hour.
I saw that one. Good, interesting stuff.
I thought it was decent. I thought it was a good debut.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. We watched it over the weekend.
It's going to be more about Anna's
about
character.
Anna Kendrick? Well, it's about, here's what the show's about if you're not familiar. This is directed by Anna Kendrick, and it's about a woman who goes on a game show because her acting career is not going well. And the game show, which was a real show, is called Dating Game. And there's 3 suitors, and you talk to them behind a wall, and then you choose the one you think has the best game that you're interested in going on a date with. And then, you would go on a date with this person. And the true story is that one of the people on the dating game was Rodney Alcala, who was a serial killer, and he was legitimately on the show. And afterwards, I watched some of the real clips of him on the show, which was kind of interesting. I haven't
seen that yet, because there's a couple other like documentaries. I almost said documentaries. A couple documentaries about the fact that Rodney Alcala, a serial killer in general, and then also the fact that he was on the dating game. And because they changed up some of the storyline for the movie.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine, but it has me watching it going, all right, now I got a Wikipedia to see if this really happened. I got a Wikipedia to see if this really happened.
Yeah, the thing that C-Lane pointed out, though, was when they talk about this serial killer who was the reason that this movie is here now, obviously, is the inspiration for this movie.
I have the text here. Because I thought this is wild. It's a wild jump. It says, while Alcala has been conclusively linked to 8 murders. He's dead now. He died in prison. He had the death penalty, but I think California shut it down for a while. He's been conclusively linked to 8 murders. A lot of murders.
Mm-hmm. The
true number of victims remains unknown and could be as high as 130.
So somewhere between 8 and 130.
There is literally no industry where that high of a margin of error is acceptable.
That's a really big gap right there. Either he killed 8 people or maybe all the way up to 130 people.
That's wild.
And this guy was a bad dude.
And I just wonder.
Didn't he take pictures of all his victims?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And so is that what led them to believe there's 130?
That's why they thought, because they released hundreds of pictures that they found in a storage locker that he rented in Seattle. And they were, not all of them were sexually explicit, but very many of them were. And so there were a lot of them they just couldn't release, but they're like, well, we don't really have any choice but to kind of throw these out there and just hope that families get back to us and, get closure, or maybe not even get back to us, but figure out like, all right, that's what happened to, my loved one that went missing and we never heard from again, and get that kind of closure. I mean, it's just really, really a creepy, no good, very bad dude.
One thing that I'm always interested in, I find it intriguing in movies, is when they set up a scene like this. And this happened in this movie. What was the name of it again, C-Lane?
Woman of the Hour.
Woman of the Hour, which is about this dating game serial killer. I always like one of these scenes where this woman, one of the women in it, goes and she says, oh, God, a contestant on this television show right now is a serial killer and the man who tried to kill my friend. And she goes to the cops, and the cops are like, I'm sorry, ma'am, what's going on? And she's like, there's a television show. And the television show is a dating show, and a guy on it is a serial killer. And he's explaining all of these things, and they go, okay, thank you so much for coming in, crazy lady. Really appreciate the information. Always love when you have a character who has an absolutely true story, delivers it to the right place, in this case, the police, and then the police are like, come on, what a lunatic. And you're so frustrated watching all this stuff happen. I thought that was interesting, and certainly a good watch. Was it on Hulu? Where the hell was that? Netflix?
It's a Netflix movie.
Okay, we're going to go over to you. We're going to get some dispatches worked in and see what's happening where you are. Here is, let's see, a Guitar Slinger joins us.
Okay, this is my second this morning, but this one supersedes the first. Enough already. I hear about cooking with pages of the book because it's more convenient, or going out to dinner because it's more convenient, or getting my coffee from Starbucks because it's more convenient.
Sure.
Quit whining about how expensive it is. You pay for convenience.
Hell
you
yes,
want it cheaper? Make your coffee yourself in the morning. It's very easy and a lot cheaper. I'm not talking about K-cups. So they're stupid expensive too. Cook your own dinner once in a while. You'll find it's a lot less expensive.
Yeah, well, what if you extrapolate that argument out, and then you go, yeah, sure, bread is up to $15 a loaf in the grocery store.
This guy does not
Stop
grocery
being
store.
lazy. Go over and bake your own bread. This isn't a version of the future where things are even more expensive.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, sure, eggs. A dozen eggs, sure, they're up to $15 in the grocery store. Get some chickens. It's not that hard. Stop being lazy. Eventually, you have to realize stuff just got way too expensive.
It does, and then there's an argument to say that, like, as someone who lives by themselves, am I going out to the grocery store and end up throwing away food because I don't eat it all at once? Or if I'm going to the store because I want to make one meal, how much am I paying in gas to and from? And on top of it, precious time that I could be using to do other productive things like TV time.
Watching. Yeah, cooking
and
for one is
building
difficult.
things.
Cooking for one is completely different.
Why'd you stop guitar slinging, huh?
Everything seems to be built for 4. So you look up a recipe and it's like, serves 4. And you go, I'm going to have a lot of leftover meatloaf
And I have
when
to
this
eat
is done.
that every single day until it's gone? No, thank you.
And not everybody's cool with that. I'm cool with that, friend. I could eat the same thing. I eat the same thing.
I have had leftover meatloaf for the past 2 days.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No. The only thing wrong is that I'm out of leftover meatloaf.
True. All right, let's see what else we got here. Here is Chopper Dave talking about Eat This Book.
I actually had a similar idea to the Eat This Book thing. It was more poultry inspired, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. See where you're going. Also recognize that voice. I know who you are, sir. I'm going to remember this. Let's go to one more real quick and see what you have on your mind as dispatches continue to come in. Here's Daddy Two Times.
So this Soto case just really sucks, man, as far as I'm concerned, because I try to always look at things from all angles. And when I look at this, I see on one hand someone who was abused getting revenge on someone who was assumedly a pretty bad person. But on the other hand, the way she went about it then makes her seem like she wasn't a great person either.
Oh, he's not talking about the Madeline Soto case. He's talking about the Suitcase murder situation. He's saying that the guy was abusive to her, which is what she's claiming. And then the revenge that you get is doing something even more horrific. So you go, who's the bad person?
And then I go back to the first thing, which I'm like, well, damn, what if I'm in that scenario and some dude was beating daughter 2 times like that for a period of time? When I think about it like that, somebody facing a slow death by baseball bat while suffocating in a suitcase isn't as bad. So I don't know what to do with this case. I guess it's just the legal part of it. So legally,
yeah, that's why I tell you that the abuse excuse stuff is powerful. In the Menendez case, in this case, in any other case, this is why I tell you things like Americans don't actually care if somebody is killed or if somebody hurts another person as much as they care why. Why did it happen? Did a person get killed? Yes. Okay, that seems bad. Let's go down the argument tree from there. Was this person in the right morally for reacting this way? And if you could say, yeah, this person was abused for years and years and years, people don't care. Example numero uno. What's her name? Gypsy Rose? Gypsy Rose or what? Yeah, that girl who undeniably was tortured and abused by her horrific, poor excuse for a mother. And her boyfriend ends up killing the mom for her. No one really cares that mom's gone. Nobody cares that much. I mean, he's spending time behind bars for it. But I bet if she did it with her own hands, she wouldn't be. People said that this person is justified in doing this because they're a victim as well. That's where things get very complicated. When we come back, quick show of hands here. Who has Amazon Prime? Amazon Prime?
I do.
Three. That makes three of us. There is something that they just added that you get with your Amazon Prime subscription that is kind of awesome, actually. And I don't think anybody is using this. This is a big, big thing that will save you a ton of money. And I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
And I'm driving her nuts, so I got to stop.
But doesn't she just love grabbing onto your fatty areas?
Damn, Daisy. I thought you were my butt.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Doing a bit of housekeeping this afternoon, checking up on some of the major roadways here. Traffic slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Hancock Road on I-4 this afternoon. Congestion in the Champions Gate area. Slowdowns on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. I always forget about this one, but traffic is usually up to speed on I-95. There are no major problems. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
We want you to be like Ken, because Ken won $1,000 listening to Real Radio.
You are kidding me.
No joke, man. What were you doing when you heard the keyword?
I was listening to the Jim Colbert show.
You are a wise man, Ken. What will you do with the money?
I am going to surprise my wife with something.
I repeat, you are a wise man, Ken. You too can be like Ken. Listen for the keywords, enter on our website at realradio.fm, then answer your phone when you get the call.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com. 2024s must go. It's the model year end event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. New 2024 Nissans from $18,900. Make no payments till 2025 and 0% interest at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty.
VIN number RL897631. MSRP 20050. VIN number 5104975 plus tax and fees and approved credit.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, Saturday, October 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's deatakeback.com. Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 26th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts. Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, Saturday, October 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's deatakeback.com.
Don't be scared. It's Halloween season, and the free iHeartRadio app has everything you need to make it a scream. Commercial-free Halloween radio. Custom playlists like Fright Night Rock. And spooky podcasts like
Stuff to Blow Your Mind.
Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips@the
Can now get, if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, that's pretty crazy good, honestly. We'll get to that momentarily here. Thanks for being with us. We got the next episode on the way. We got Fritz on the street on the way. I'm ready for a win today. I'm ready for a win at Fritz on the streets. I've been ready for a very long time, but this may be the day, hopefully.
Have you been ready this whole time?
I think I feel like I'm ready, but now I'm just on a bad streak.
We got to ask him for the math. At one point last year, it wasn't even, like, there would be no way, even if we had perfect scores, that we were going to beat C-Lane.
Yes. Yeah, he
I'm
walked
scared
away
that we're
with it.
getting close to that point.
I think you're getting a lot closer than I am. I'm in the dust right now. But today's the day. I assure you it's going to be awesome. Tips of the newsjunkie.com. Brian follows up from yesterday's conversation about IVF. He said, just wanted to tell you guys, I emailed you yesterday, and you actually read my email. My wife and I found out today she's pregnant.
All right.
Thanks again for all the positive vibes. That was what about IVF. Congrats, Brian. Best of luck to the two of you. David to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, or Dialysis Dave, says, what's Sabrina ordering at Starbucks that costs $15? Question mark.
I mean, it was a bit of an exaggeration. I haven't been there in a long time.
I think a lot of stuff at Starbucks costs $15.
Well, it's really taken my words to heart today, Dispatch.
Oh, what else are they going at?
The Guitar Slinger was like, you're ordering out and K-Cups. But I used to order, it was like a double dirty chai tea.
Yeah.
And if you got the largest size with the extra shots, it would be more than $10.
I saw one the other day. I don't know how normal this occurrence is. Maybe you can tell me. But it showed a barista making somebody's order, and the receipt was printed out, and it said like 10 sugar and this and that and
That's
this and that.
somebody who tried to go for a viral moment and put in like
You think
as many
so?
things. Yeah, I've seen stuff
Because
like that.
half of the drink was flavors and sugars and creams and stuff, and then the top half was whatever the drink was. And I said, that would be very expensive, number one. But number two,
Chino.
Yeah, for sure. The sugar amounts in this stuff is wild.
They did a thing when they were converting a lot of the McDonald's over to having touchscreen ordering systems, and you could customize a lot of things on the computer. At first, it was like the Wild West. Like you could have like a Big Mac with like 100 slices of cheese on it, or it was, they had like really stupid things that you could do. And then they were like, all right, people are just doing this to go viral, but it's kind of interrupting the process here. And so they had to put limits on how much you could customize your burgers, your breakfast, whatever.
Yeah, I think that happens more often than we'd like it to. We're going to get to, speaking of McDonald's, something on McDonald's before too long. They got some real troubled waters that they're about to head through. But Amazon Prime subscribers, listen up. There's a lot of stuff you get that people don't even know. And if you're paying this much money for Amazon Prime, you should know the things you get and you should use them. For one, I didn't even know the Prime Video thing had all this TV and movies and this huge catalog of stuff that I could watch because I already pay for my Prime until maybe a year and a half ago. And so I said, what am I doing? I pay for this. Whether I've been using it or not doesn't matter. I should be using it.
Yeah, I just discovered the live TV feature.
Yeah.
Which is, a lot like your Plutos and what have you, but you have a guide. It was nice.
Yep. And you already pay for Prime, so there you go. It's like an extra thing that you get along with it. You get your next day shipping, free shipping on different things. You get all the different benefits that you might get for being an Amazon Prime member. But this is a new one, which I'm hoping we can take advantage of, because now Amazon Prime members can get 10 cents off gas, which that's not bad right there.
No
if
way.
you use this every time you got gas. They said there's 7,000 participating gas stations. Do we have Amoco
Ooh,
gas
I
station?
haven't seen an Amoco in forever.
South Florida, I believe.
They had a bunch down there. AM, PM gas stations.
Never heard of it.
And BP gas stations all have this. And you get a 10-cent discount effective immediately, right now. All you have to do is activate this by using Earnify, which is a loyalty program used by BP gas stations. The gas discount is the most recent perk added to Amazon Prime, and this will allow you every single time you get gas to get 10 cents off the posted price at the pump, which is not very bad. I don't mind that. Amazon.com/fuel savings if you want to connect this together right now, because why wouldn't you? It'd be silly if you didn't do that. You got all these advantages. You got to take them when they're right there in front of you. Let's go to a neighborhood. Why not? Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and let's see what the neighborhoods are doing right now.
Hi, neighbor.
Sabrina's like, what's he doing? Did he break?
I looked at the time, though. That's when I felt crazy.
We're way too far into the show for him to open up like this. this is maybe a little glimpse at what's happening in many neighborhoods around the United States of America 12 days before the election. This is some woman who saw that a homeowner had a Trump sign, and she went up to a house that happened to have a Ring camera, so we get to see how this transpired.
I want to know how you can vote.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message,
whoops.
you can do it now.
Hang on.
Shameful. Are you the one that walks?
She just said, "You're shameful," and pointed at the homeowner.
by here and always screaming at people? No, I haven't walked by recently. Okay, because a lot of people walk by and scream. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You are voting for the devil. Don't you know that?
You're voting for the devil. Don't you know that? She says to this person.
Wow.
She actually went up to their door and it was talking to this person.
No. Why are you voting for him? Because I believe he is the moral candidate. Oh, my God. F you for that one. That's moral? Exactly right. That's how your side acts. Oh, my God. He's the most immoral person.
Says the person, says the old bag who just screamed F you at a doorbell.
I want Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood to just start playing in the background of this video. They're screaming. She's yelling, F you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. God bless you.
All right, there she goes, off and on the way to yell at somebody else, I guess. Oh, don't do that. It's not a good look. Even if you hate who your neighbors or people in your neighborhood are voting for or who they have political signs out for, this is America. They still have the right to support a candidate, even if you think they are the devil incarnate. Leave them alone. Don't harass people. I don't want to see Trump people up on doorsteps either saying, you're voting for Kamala Harris. She's dumb. She shouldn't be there. She slept her way to the top, whatever. And I don't want Kamala fans going up to some Trumper's front door and saying this kind of crap. This is just let your neighbor be your neighbor. Don't even talk to them about politics. That sounds like the worst idea.
Easier said than done for people who do exactly that.
Oh, you still got that one neighbor?
Do what? Which neighbor?
I don't want to say too much, but the neighbor that maybe was into some conspiracy thing.
Oh, yeah, still got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. More signs by the day.
But that's a neighbor who is the one, they're the one talking about the politics. You're not engaging with that neighbor and going, hey, what do you think about politics?
No, we don't really engage at all anymore.
Oh, you guys are in silent mode with each other?
Oh, yeah. It's too exhausting at this point.
I
ain't going anywhere, Grandpa. Come on.
You never want a fight with your neighbor, but sometimes you can't avoid it because the neighbor is the one that is being the loud one. The neighbor is the one that won't shut up about this stuff. I wish it's a silent agreement right now, so I'm going to leave it there. But I wish I had like a powwow with everybody on my street, and I was like, guys, we're not talking about politics.
Yeah,
you guys can talk about politics on your own, but neighbors shouldn't talk about politics to neighbors.
No.
It doesn't do anything good for you, I don't think.
By no means. But I'm sure we'll have a conversation as we get closer to Just Okay and we start our band practice.
Oh, yeah, they don't like that either.
Favorite part of the year.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back.
At least it's not around Christmas anymore.
True.
We'll get to the next episode, which is coming up next. What is coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Amy Adams' new movie has reportedly brought her to a level of method where no Lady Chin has gone before. Move over, Richard Gere's butt gerbil. There's a new wild celebrity animal fetish rumor in town. Plus, we got a brand new Diddy suit, but this one has names. Yeah. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Wednesday, and it will be another warm day across Central Florida, similar to like what we saw yesterday, if not a degree or two warmer. High of 85 degrees today in Orlando. Mostly dry, only a 10% chance of a stray sprinkle or two. Otherwise, we'll continue on this dry trend as we head throughout the end of the week. Temperatures overall will stay on the seasonable side as well, leading to a very pleasant and sunshine-filled weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Safe Touch Security.
Save up to 50% on select security systems with Safe Touch Security. With upgrades like remote door locks, video doorbell, thermostat control, and camera, all controlled by your My Safe Touch app. Visit safetouch.com. State license number EF2002049.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form. And how about this? At a fraction of the cost. This is an online prescription service that comes right to your front door. And here's a special deal for you. You could try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code TNJ at checkout, and then it's just $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TNJ for your first month free at BlueChew.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and at Total Wireless retail stores.
It's that time again, where we choose who we think is the best candidate for office. It's a difficult decision that requires the evaluation of contenders. Do they have the appropriate skills and experience for this office? Are they the right type of leader? Do they have a clear vision? Selecting the right candidate is no easy feat. That's why, for your office, there's ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes choosing the right candidate for any office easy because they only find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. Best of all, they do it fast. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, while you're thinking about that really big decision, rest assured that any other hiring decision will be much easier when you use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Every child learns in their own way, and the ELC of Seminole is passionate about sparking meaningful connections. Their school readiness programs support income-eligible families by offering scholarships to programs that foster early learning and development. Get started today at sparkyoungminds.com.
Life certainly has a way of throwing us unexpected curveballs. It's a shift in careers or an unforeseen medical expense and even natural disasters. I'm Jeff Jr. at Trajan Wealth, offering heartfelt wishes for better days ahead. We understand that even the best laid plans need flexibility, and that's exactly why our team of experienced advisors are here to support you, offering guidance to navigate life's challenges to help ensure your finances can weather any storm. Call Trajan Wealth for a second opinion, a little peace of mind, and a customized financial plan from one of our fiduciary advisors. With your goals in mind, this is designed to help you plan your financial path forward and offer a little reprieve from all of the other things you're dealing with. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Spooky hits, commercial free. That's Halloween radio on the free iHeart app. This spooky station is filled with non-stop Halloween hits. Open the free iHeart app, search Halloween radio, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Meet the three friends Bill Cosby called frat bros. This is...
Of entertainment and beyond. Then we'll get to Fritz on the Street. Load up on the live stream over there. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see the live banner right there on top, or you can watch on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. And you can play right along with us when we do Fritz on the Street in just a bit. Right now, it is time to get into it. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Domino's pizza is terrible. The crust tastes like cardboard.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's where you can find him, where you can get the process started. That's where you can compare your quote, and he'll let you know if you're getting the best deal. 20% of homeowners don't compare the first mortgage they get. So don't be a slacker. Be a opposite of slacker. A winner.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, be a hacker. But that doesn't...
You hack your way through to a good deal.
Damn right.
So start the process today. Go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't be a hacker, be a money stacker.
Nice.
Yeah,
don't
maybe.
be a slacker. Be a packer of money in your pockets.
There you go. You can put anywhere there if you just
Or
work it over to
fudge if
money
you're gay.
afterward. Yeah.
Ready to feel old.
All right.
Sure, Don signing off on that new copy right now.
Hey, he's an ally. He's an
Sabrina, we got to
ally.
talk about the
Supports-
fudge packer bit.
And I go, what, you don't like chocolate, Don? Come on.
He's rubbing his eyes right now.
20 years ago. 20 already. It was on this day in 2004. I'll just play the clip and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Once again, Ashley Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
What a moment.
Hi, Fritzy. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
And if you had been introduced on Saturday Night Live, you would have gotten right into the song and not been caught red-handed, lip singing. But she did the most famous of polka dances off the stage. And then they had to, fill time?
It was
what
a little
happens
awkward.
after that?
I think they had to go to break early.
They go to break, or they have to, hey, we cut this bit, but we're going to have to do it right now.
That torpedoed her music career, though.
Yeah.
And then she had the
Think about
reality show.
Yeah.
I've seen
with her husband, who's Diana Ross's.
Oh, you're thinking of the sister,
No,
right?
yeah. Ashley Simpson was with Pete Wentz, I think. She was with Pete Wentz from Fallout Boy. That's
now
who
she's
her.
married to a Ross.
Yeah, she's not with the Pete Wentz guy anymore, so I lost track after that. I only follow the people he dates, apparently.
Do you know what she blamed it on within
No.
days?
acid reflux.
That is correct.
Yeah.
2 points.
Nicely done.
For
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Because then I had acid reflux, and then people were like, "Oh, you got the Ashley Simpson disease."
Hell yeah, dude. I'll just get right to it. Diddy, new lawsuit. This is not a repeat from yesterday or the day before, week before, month before. But this one now has some high-profile celebrity names.
Just to clarify, is this the 13-year-old Or no?
That was yesterday, I think.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, that had Celebrity A and Celebrity B in it, though.
This one is filed by the Tony Busby fella who says he has allegedly 120 of Diddy's victims. But now it's naming Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, and Nicki Minaj being present at a 2014 Vegas party, Club Rehab, where she was later allegedly sexually assaulted by Diddy/Puff Daddy.
Okay, but were they complacent in the acts? Just because somebody was there.
No suggestion that any of the named celebrities were present at the after party.
Chelsea Handler ate dinner at Epstein's house, didn't she?
But they are saying the woman alleged she was plied.
Oh, plied. Where are you going with this?
I was like, easy.
I thought it was like a piles of GHB, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense. What does make sense is I have dyslexia, and I need to go get that tested out.
She was plied with drugs.
Plied with drugs. Earlier this month, it was reported that Diddy was allegedly putting GHB in the baby oil to incapacitate his alleged victims. The list goes on and on and on.
Can I throw something out there?
Okay, sure.
Is it possible that Diddy is actually a really good guy and this is all a giant misunderstanding?
Yeah, just like Bill Cosby, right?
No.
Is it possible that 197 and counting people or so, give or take a few, are completely in cahoots with each other and none of this ever happened?
Giant misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It's like that
very
joke.
unlikely.
It's kind of an off joke, but it was like the joke about 6 million really old Jews show up at a bar and go, we've just been lost this whole time. Hope nobody jumped to any crazy conclusions about where we've been.
Someone has played a nasty prank on Cardi B, and she is mad.
All right.
Not cool, dude.
Big mad.
Understandably livid about it. Someone decided to, is it still considered swatting when you call CPS on Cardi B? And you don't know her?
CPS doesn't have a team of men that, ramjack your door or whatever that ramjack that door.
That's piles of ramjacking.
and jump in through the windows and stuff.
Well, they did show up with cops, and it was at 11 p.m. on a Monday night. She is upset because she doesn't beat up her kids, and CPS obviously understood it was a prank. However, she took to Instagram Live with some choice words.
I can't even breathe right now. I don't care. But y'all motherfuckers have taken too far. When you mess with my fucking kids, I swear to you, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. For you motherfuckers to do a little prank call, what is the CPS, Child Protective Services? For Child Protective Services to come to my house, not my house, my gated mansion at 11 p.m. while my children are sleeping because there's an anonymous call that there's been going on that my kids have been getting abused and beaten. Are you dumb? Y'all take joking and y'all take a little too far.
She also says, y'all are gonna die. And I quote, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. If you're a man, my baby father is going to beat the crap out of you because you thought it was okay to mess with our effing kids. Stop effing playing.
Wait. So if it's a woman, she's going to beat the crap out of him.
And if it's a man, then offset.
Her baby daddy will do it.
Correct. So
why can't she beat up a man?
I don't know, but I think it's a family decision.
I'm not going to take up your segment with this, but there is a rant queued for how insane some of these pop star fan bases are. If you look further into her world and like the different artists that are battling back and forth and what their fan bases do to people,
You
it's
gotta watch
so
that Tegan and Sarah documentary, man. They cover that. It's insane. People are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
I've run out of time. Unfortunately.
God is great and beer is good.
Jennifer Lopez reportedly really mad that Ben Affleck is getting a glow up. It turns out he's going through a post-breakup glow up. He's looking good, going to the gym, trying to get right, and Jennifer Lopez is feeling some type of way, and that's anger. According to some sources, Ben is suddenly going out of the way to pamper himself, look his absolute best. His diet's cleaner now. He cut out a lot of junk food and J-Lo. And she is so upset that she feels like it's a total slap in the face because it's sending this message that she wasn't worth making these changes for. But now that he's single and looking to impress new women, he's willing to step it up and stop being such a slob. So watch out, Ben. J-Lo's really mad at you.
He is kind of a slob. I mean, nothing against him or anything, but like some of the photos you see, you go, whoa, what is going on with this guy?
Like, he never smiles. I'm like, he just has that face.
My gosh, let the guy go out and whatever he wants.
What was the one where he was, he was a gangster in Boston. This is not Narrow It Down.
Batman.
No, I know what you're talking about.
But he was...
The Departed?
Yeah.
No. Was it that one?
Where it's like he had one
Gone
more...
Girl?
He was doing one more crime, and then he was out of there. The Town. And he was ripped.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Ben has a hot bod.
Yeah, the worst looking person in that movie, who's still very handsome, is the Jeremy Renner guy in that. Everyone was just looking good in that movie.
Turns out crime gives you abs.
Crime pays. Yeah.
And finally, if crime doesn't pay, Broadway will. And now we have Joey Fatone of what band, John?
NSYNC.
That is correct. But he's going to take it to Broadway to perform both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys songs.
Can you do that?
I guess so. More like hi, 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 the stage, said Joey. He's going to be playing Lance Dubois, taking over the role from an original cast member in a lovely show called Anne Juliet. No Romeo. And I'm guessing the Romeo has been replaced by 90s puppets.
Maybe.
But he'll be
Maybe it's
singing.
like a jukebox musical.
He's Juliet's former fiance. Casting means the NSYNC superstar will be treating attendees to onstage performances by NSYNC songs, Backstreet Boys songs, and then maybe some of My Big Fat Greek Wedding lines. Like, what do you mean he don't eat no meat? I have lamb. This is why I don't quote. On the boob tube, Golden Bachelorette on
eat
ABC.
no meat?
Thank you. So you did know it.
It's okay. I make
lamb.
First season finale of Everybody Still Hates Chris, and they have the comeback 2004 Boston Red Sox documentary on Netflix. Megan Thee Stallion will be on Fallon, and you follow your dreams. Let me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. I still need someone to represent on Fritz on the Street, so follow me and hit me up there. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, it is on Fritz on the Street.
Yeah, baby.
If you want us to represent you, now is the time to get our attention over in chat or wherever else you want on social media platforms. If we see an email or a message from you and we decide to pick you, we will be fighting for you and Fritz on the Street. And if we win, you win. And you get your hands on this very rare FOTS Hitman magnet that Fritz designed himself. There are less than 100 of these. Obviously, there's less than that now.
So I got to make another one.
Only way, well, soon, yes. The only way to get your hand on this is for you to win via us and Fritz on the Street. So here we go. The greatest game in all of radio, Fritz on the Street, coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win tickets to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are getting busy this afternoon. A couple accidents to keep an eye out for. The left lane is blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound between County Road 561 and US 27. There's an accident blocking the right lane where Highway 19 meets O'Brien Road. An earlier accident where Alafaya Trail meets Challenger Parkway. Multiple lanes are blocked due to an accident on Silver Star Road near Hiawassee Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Local folks in uniform know that when it comes to jewelry, IDC rolls out the red carpet every time.
I actually bought my wife's wedding and engagement ring from IDC.
Meet Jamison Kenzie, a firefighter and paramedic who took advantage of International Diamond Center's 15% discount for first responders.
Amazing to get that discount and get something much prettier than I probably could have without it.
At IDC, we love our heroes.
People like myself and all the other first responders, it helps us in our budgets and every day to know that there's a place like IDC that we can go and get incredible value for amazing product.
International Diamond Center, always going out of our way to deliver exceptional value for those milestone moments in everyone's life, and always just a little bit extra for our military and first responders.
My name is Jameson Kinsey, and I'm a firefighter paramedic, and I've been super grateful for everything IDC has done for myself and our department.
International Diamond Center, proud to serve those who serve us. 3 convenient Orlando locations.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Marijuana is scientifically proven to be safer than alcohol, but casual marijuana users are treated like dangerous criminals. It's time for a change, and law enforcement officers across Florida agree. Here's Bradford County Sheriff Gordon Smith with more.
Using marijuana doesn't make you a bad person, and it's time we stop ruining lives over it. I'm a Republican sheriff, and I'm voting yes on Amendment 3 for safe, tested, regulated marijuana for adults. Amendment 3 will get marijuana laced with Chinese fentanyl off our streets and save countless Florida lives. With more funding for law enforcement to crack down on the real criminal, it's time. Vote yes on Amendment 3.
Amendment 3, legal marijuana for adults, safe, regulated, lab tested, and from a store, not the street. Get the facts at yeson3.com.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Save Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, suite number 3321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Going into the holidays, right? The last part of the year. Don't you want to be around for as many holidays as possible? Well, of course you do. You should get a check with Life Imaging FLA. And what I mean is a screening, a cancer screening, a heart disease screening. That's right. Early detection of heart disease and cancer is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. And at Life Imaging FLA, you don't have to have any symptoms. You can just go and get that scan. Get a scan when you can with Life Imaging FLA. I did it. It takes no time at all. I have peace of mind. I know that my heart is good. I know I have no cancer. Other people have gone and found out they have cancer and found out that they have heart disease and have had it taken care of. And guess what? Saved their lives. I have so many listeners that have told me that story. It could be you as well. Give them a call. Pick up your cell phone. Dial pound 250. Say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a great value. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone. Dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Life Imaging FLA.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Brought to you by the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. With the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card, you earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Jorge Gaviria, founder of Hacienda, reinvests the 2% cash back to develop new products that help grow the business. Plus, with no preset spending limit, the card's purchasing power adapts to meet the business needs. The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms and conditions apply. See CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus for details.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. I get less than 30 seconds to convince you to hire my law firm, to trust me, to believe in me, to somehow convince you that my firm is going to get you the best results possible. Now, can you do that in 30 seconds? Hopefully I just did. Contact us at OneUnits.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333, offices Orlando.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go! Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet.
Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along.
Game and all of radio is just moments away. And don't forget, if you miss any of the show, the podcast is available for you. Just go to thenewsjunkie.com. Subscribe for free right now. Fritz on the Street, the greatest game in all of radio. And here's how things start off. We, and when I say we, I mean myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane, all pick somebody that we're going to fight for in Fritz on the Street. And if we win, they win this rare magnet from Game of Magnets. You can see all the magnets online at thenewsjunkie.com, but this is a rare one. It's the FOTS, Fritz on the Street, Hitman Magnet. And if you want to get yours, we got to win while representing you. I have chosen Zen Master 747 on YouTube. That is who I will be representing today in Fritz on the Street. What about you, Sabrina?
That was Zen Master, you said?
Yeah, Zen Master 747 on YouTube.
And reached out via Instagram. Forgive me, I'm reading DeSimone.
DeSimone.
But it might be DeSimon, so we'll just go with DeSimone.
All right, DeSimone over on Instagram. What about you, C-Lane?
I have chosen somebody named Chris who reached out on the text service and be like, hey, we're both Chris.
Look at that.
Let's do this.
All right. Well, we'll see how this all shapes up. The most important question is now ready, and that is, Fritz, are you ready?
I am ready, Sean.
All right. Let's do Fritz on the Street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sean. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, C-Lane.
Hi, Fritz.
Hey, Fritzy boy.
Hello. Fritz on the Street, sponsored by Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. That number, 866-CALL-MO. In first place with 263 points, that would be Mr. Christopher Lane. In second place with 255 points, that would be Miss Sabrina Ambra.
Okay.
And in third place with 217 points, that would be Mr. Sean Wasson.
I was hoping it changed somehow. I was hoping magically it had changed, but here we are.
No.
Damn it. Hey, Fritz.
Yeah.
You want to share the story that you were texting me about last night? It happened at Fritz's Funhouse Trivia?
Yes. I let Jack Bradshaw know, PD of Rural Radio 104.1, just so he is aware. But 104.1 Rural Radio, WTKS, our voice guy, Dan Stone, he came out to trivia last night.
Nice guy.
On his Triumph motorcycle.
Nice.
Parked it. And then when Fritz's Funhouse was done, I'm recording Fritz on the Street. As I was recording, I hear behind me, and we go, oh my God, a truck was running over his Triumph motorcycle.
No!
And you have the audio?
I have the audio. I'm not going to play it just because I don't want to, add insult to injury, but
I might have to use that in the...
People ran out, got the license plate number.
Oh, they took off?
They did a slow 3-point turn and took off.
Damn.
Wow.
Hit and run during Fritz on the Street.
Poor Dan.
So I then bought him a beer and then drove him home because he's like 2 minutes away from me.
God almighty.
It's 8 questions,
That
4 current event
sucks.
questions. Yeah, it's very bad. 4 current event questions and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. If you think you know it, chime in for that opportunity to pick up a bonus point. And of course,
other than that, Fritz on the Fritz's Funhouse was rousing success.
yeah, it was a real hoot, Other than that, we all had a blast.
Watch your motorcycles.
They really tried to bring down the moment on you there.
It was awful. So yeah, if you think you know it, chime in, and away we go. Question number 1. At the age of 31, Celine.
Liam Payne.
Liam Payne is correct. At the age of 31, which One Direction member died after falling from a balcony in Argentina? C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Liam Payne or Payne?
7.
7?
8.
8 for Sabrina.
I think people are going to forget the name. Do you take One Direction guy or no?
Nah.
All right, I'm going to say 5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 1 with answers of 5, 7, and 8. Let's see if anyone knows it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ooh, someone is picking up 2 points. Who is it? Who knows Liam Payne? At the age of 31, which One Direction member died after falling from a balcony in Argentina?
I forgot his name.
Damn.
Liam Payne.
Liam Payne. Liam Payne. Terrible. Don't know.
Okay.
Oh.
That's terrible. Pass.
Liam Payne. Liam Payne.
That would be 5. Sean is picking up 2 points on that one. And the opening salvo has been fired. We now move on to question 2. What candy was originally known as chicken feed? Sabrina?
Red Hots.
That is incorrect.
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Candy corn?
Candy corn, yeah.
Damn
candy
it.
corn.
Duh.
C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said candy corn?
6.
6.
4.
4 for Sabrina.
3.
And 3 for Sean. Question 2 with answers of 3, 4, and 6. Halloween, or Samhain, as it's known around the country and around the world, is coming up. What candy was originally known as chicken feed?
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy corn?
Not my game.
That's gotta be candy corn. Was it candy corn?
Candy corn.
Wow.
That would be 8.
Damn. Holy cow.
So no points awarded on that one.
Okay.
But the game is young, and anything can happen.
Let the record reflect that most computers, when you hit a button, it plays audio. Fritz's, when you hit a button, a questionable amount of time goes by, and then the audio plays, so he has to dance.
But it is a gift to see what he comes up with in that time.
Is it just me, or is it getting slower?
It is getting slower.
I think it is. I learned something this
I
time.
was
I'm
really
getting
slow
facts.
a couple weeks ago.
The more points that we get, the longer of a pause before it plays.
Yeah, the first week it happened, I thought, well, maybe I'm rendering WAV files. That's stupid. Let me just render lower quality MP3s. Then it happened again. I'm like, all right, well, I'm out of
By
ideas.
December, you're just going to have to act them out.
Yeah. Question 3. Celebrating 30 years, which former touring music festival announced 3...
C-Lane. The Warped Tour.
That is correct. The Vans Warped Tour. Which former touring music festival announced 3 dates in 2025, including Orlando. C-Lane, out of 8 answers. I just said ceiling. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think...
Not the first, won't be the last.
Said the Warped Tour.
That's pretty popular, but I'm still going to go 6.
6.
I called him Steven yesterday.
That was good.
That's worse. I'll say 5.
5 for Sean.
7.
And 7 for Sabrina. Question 3 with answers of 5, 6, and 7. Well, there you go. I wonder if anyone is going to... Celebrating 30 years, which former touring music festival announced 3 dates in 2025, including Orlando?
The Warped Tour.
God, what's the name of it? The heck do they call it?
Come on.
Not Woodstock. I don't know. Pass. Was it Coachella?
Coachella.
It's Coachella.
Warped Tour?
Warped Tour.
Oh, Vans Warped Tour.
That would be 4. So Sean, with your guess of 5, picking up 1 point. And that means we head on to question 4. Halfway point. You said 7.
Stupid.
Halfway point on Fritz on the Street after question 4. I'll tell you so far who is leading on the day. And question 4 goes like this. Which band had a big hit in 2003 with the song Maps?
Sabrina.
C-Lane.
Who? Sabrina.
Wow, you guys are dicks. Coldplay?
That is incorrect. Sabrina.
Did you just climax? That was the yes.
That is correct.
All right.
Great song.
1 point.
Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said the yes?
Well, they knew about corn feed.
Yeah, a lot of farmers.
I will go with 6.
6.
I'm going to go with 3.
3 for C-Lane.
5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 4 with answers of 3, 5, and 6. So of those numbers, let's see.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone's picking up 2 points. I wonder who it could be. Yeah, is formed in New York City. Which band had a big hit in 2003 with the song Maps?
AJR,
I don't know. The geography teachers.
yes.
Oh, just for the haters? Nickelback.
The yes.
I know that song. Yes.
Was that Florence and the Machine? No. I don't know. That'd be 98 Degrees.
That would be 3.
Y'all killing me.
So C-Lane is picking up 2 points. And that means through 4, with 4 remaining, in first place with 5 points, Christopher Lane /
Yeah,
Chris.
baby. What's up, Chris?
In second place with 3 points, Sean Wasson / Zenmaster 747. And in third place with 1 point, Sabrina Ambra / DeSimone or DeSimone.
Yep.
So moving on to question 5. On question 5, we learn on Friday which island country suffered a nationwide blackout.
C-Lane. Cuba.
Cuba's correct.
For the love of God.
Suffered a nationwide blackout following the failure of a power plant. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Cuba?
6.
6.
6.
6 for Sabrina.
5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 5 with answers of 5 and 6. Let's see if anybody was tuned in to that news story. On Friday, which island country suffered a nationwide blackout following the failure of a power plant?
Cuba.
Puerto Rico.
Cuba.
Jamaica.
Oh, Cuba. Haiti. Which island country? Jamaica.
What is up with this panel, man?
4. So, Sean, with your guess of 5, picking up 1 point.
Yes.
We're going to country line dance on over to question 6 now. Question 6. Which actress has had roles in films such as the Twilight franchise, Up in the Air, and Pitch Perfect? Sabrina.
Anna Kendrick.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Damn, C-Lane smoked on an Anna Kendrick question.
Sabrina,
I didn't really watch Twilight.
Hello?
Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Anna Kendrick?
Well, with this fine group, 4.
4.
In their defense, they did watch a hit and run.
Yeah.
So that'll throw you. I'm going to say 3.
3 for Sean.
I'm going to go with 5.
And 5 for C-Lane. Question 6 with answers of 3, 4, and 5. Anna Kendrick. She's in that new one, The Woman of the Hour or something.
Yeah.
Which actress has had roles in films such as the Twilight franchise, Up in the Air, and Pitch Perfect?
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
No, don't know. Go on.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
That would be 6.
Damn it.
So C-Lane.
The one time I don't guess 6.
Right.
C-Lane with a guess of 5, picking up 1 point. Now just 2 questions remaining. Question 7. Over the weekend, former President Trump staged a photo op. C-Lane. McDonald's is correct. Staged a photo op in which fast food restaurant? C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said the Golden Arches, Mickey D's, McDonald's?
8.
8 for Sabrina.
7.
And 7 for Sean. Question 7 with answers of 7 and 8.
Dear God.
Let's see.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone's picking up 2 points. Who is it? You know, a lot of people think McDonald's
dear
fast
Muslim
food,
God.
but it's not the oldest fast food. Over the weekend, former President Trump staged a photo op in which fast food restaurant?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Oh, definitely McDonald's.
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 Just one.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
That would be 8. So let's see. Sabrina and C-Lane picking up 2 points. That's a 3-pointer for C-Lane. And Sean with a guess of 7 picking up 1 point. And let me just really quickly make sure. 1, 2.
I think I'm missing
5.
a couple of points.
Yeah, I'll take 6.
3, 4. Okay, yeah. Made a mistake there. It's okay, though. Moving on to question 8. But before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place with 8 points, that's C-Lane / Chris.
I have 10.
You have 10?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, my
going to take his word
God.
for it, huh?
I have 8.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
10.
checked mine. Yeah, mine says 8.
That is 10.
I think I have 15 now that I'm looking at mine.
In first place with 10 points, C-Lane/Chris. And second place with 5 points, Sean/Zenmaster747. And in third place with 4 points, Sabrina/D Simon D Simone. And now question 8 goes like this: Amman, A-M-M, Sabrina.
Sean.
Sabrina has the floor.
Amman is the capital of Arabia.
That is
Sean.
incorrect. Sean?
Jordan.
Jordan is correct.
So close.
Nicely done. Amman is the capital of which country? That was the full question, if you couldn't figure that one out. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Jordan?
3.
3 for Sean.
2.
2 for Sabrina.
2.
And 2 for C-Lane. Question 8 with answers of 2 and 3. Let's see if anybody knows it.
I hope they do.
Yep, take your time.
Ding, 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 ding.
So someone is picking up 2 points. Let's see who knows Jordan. And Amman is Last the
one.
capital. Amman, A-M-M-A-N. Amman is the capital of which country?
Jordan? Wow, no way.
No.
Macedonia.
Beirut.
Is that Georgia? Pakistan? It's always Pakistan.
Saudi Arabia.
Jordan.
Lebanon.
That would be 2. So that means, let's see, Sean, Sabrina and C-Lane each picking up 2 points, and Sean is picking up 1 point.
How hurtful is that, Sean? Nope. No.
That means winning on the day. This damn laptop, I'm going to smash it and then have iHeart give me a new one.
Do it.
I don't know if they do that.
In first place, congratulations to C-Lane/Chris with 12 points. And then we have a tie for second and third with 6 points each. Sabrina/D Simone, De Simon, and Sean/Zenmaster747.
All right.
That means that in first place with 275 points and still leading on Fritz on the Street, Mr. Christopher Lane. Woo! And in second place with 261 points, Sabrina Ambra. And with 223 points in third place, Sean Wasson. And that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thank you, Fritzy. I have an
Fritz on
idea.
the street. Yeah.
Put the laptop where Dan Stone's motorcycle was next week.
Oh, poor guy.
What an
His
animal you
motorcycle
are.
Just gets
I'm going to
smashed.
Jewish mother you for a minute. How dare you?
It sucks that it happened. Obviously, we're going to get that guy or gal and
No, it was
bring
a
him to
dude.
justice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
definitely
definitely a guy. That's a guy move to run over a motorcycle in front of a crowd of people and then go, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, a whole crowd of people and then go, okay, how can I make this situation worse?
God almighty. All right, Fritz, we love you. We appreciate you. Follow Fritz. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/share. You'll see all of the different platforms you could follow Fritz on. And if you'd like to, you could also go right to his Instagram, no_regrets_coyote. And if you follow him, you perhaps could be next week featured on Fritz on the Street. Fritz's Funhouse Trivia, Tuesday nights at Cavo's. And you could be playing along next week. So go out there and hang out with him. Fritz, you going to hang out with us?
You know I am, my man.
Hooray.
Nice. I'm excited about that. We've got information on the early votes. Like 22 million votes have already been cast.
Wow.
Damn,
We
look at y'all.
know stuff about those. Plus, a place that is closing down a whole bunch of locations. Yet another place is getting hammered out there. What is it? And is it going to affect your breakfast? Perhaps. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like Thanksgiving awkwardness 5 days a week. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Authorities are still working on that accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound between County Road 561 and US 27. Expect heavy delays there. There's an accident where Highway 17 meets O'Brien Road. The traffic lights are working incorrectly where Severin Boulevard meets Banchory Road. And traffic is slowing down on I-4 through the city westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Sam Adams Oktoberfest presents Rocktoberfest, October 25th and 26th at the Central Florida Fairgrounds at the Orlando Amphitheater. Enjoy live music from Hardwired, a Metallica tribute, the Pantera Experience, Talk Dirty to Me, Poison tribute, and the De Leon Band featuring Bavarian heritage music. Plus great food from Hollerbach's German Restaurant and other vendors. The German beer will be flowing. General admission and a limited number of VIP tickets are available now. Get more info at realradio.fm.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu right now.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible.
See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu right now.
2025s are here. It's the Model Year End event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Check out the bold and colorful new 2025 Kicks or used cars from $8,968. And your credit problems are no problem at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home with a lifetime warranty. Plus tax and fees with approved credit.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Enjoy the 39th Annual Space Coast State Fair presented by Kelly Ford October 31st through November 17th at Space Coast Daily Park in Vieira with the most rides in history. $10 admission includes free shows like the Wolves of the World, Squawk the Amazing Bird Show, Strongman shows, Pro Bull Riding, Hypnotist shows, Haunted House, and more. Go to SpaceCoastStateFair.com for details. Enjoy the Space Coast State Fair October 31st to November 17th at Space Coast Daily Park in Vieira.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back, and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 26th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
These days, everything in Orlando costs more. But a single line at Verizon doesn't. Get one line for as low as $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while coffee is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. And dinner for two has gotten pricey. Verizon, less pricey. Kissimmee rent, that's not coming down. But Verizon, down. One line for just $50 a month. That designer Golden Doodle, so much more. But Verizon, a fair bit less. Even a good old tried and true hamburger will cost you more. But with Verizon, the same tried and true service is now just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Point is, in a world that is always costing more, you can get more for less right now at an Orlando Verizon store. $15 promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green?
Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now inside the free iHeart app, and it starts with commercial-free Halloween radio. It's the ultimate Halloween soundtrack for the season with spooky hits,
the Monster Man,
fun throwbacks, and all the essential Halloween anthems. Open the
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, WIN, W-I-N, WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
Hanging out with us today. We appreciate you. We love you. And a smooch right in your general direction. It's because of you that we get to do this
Say general
each day.
or genital?
Both, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to float somewhere.
The direction is fine. It's not direct touch.
Yeah, I'm just blowing a kiss out there just in your general direction.
Speaking of directions and kisses, the opposite.
Yeah.
I did hear the audio of the motorcycle crunch.
How did it sound? Crunchy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt. And then you could just hear everyone reacting. And he's like, okay, but what was the name you were saying? And then you hear more crunches. And she's like, oh, S. It's still going. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Did it completely ruin Dan Stone's motorcycle?
She asked about that, too. I don't know, because he was like, this whole side of it is like, this all needs to be fixed. And he's like, Jesus. You know, the back brake is locked up. So I really don't know.
But they had a whole block of people like, all right, we're investigating this. One guy follow that guy. The other people wait for the cops. Witnesses here. Pictures. Boom.
Yeah, the guy never had a chance. I don't know why he didn't stop.
Idiot.
Good. Well, I'm glad that if they found this person then, it sounds like that's what you're saying.
I hope, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. Lots to get to here. Right now, we need to talk about. Speaking of blowing kisses, I forgot.
Glad you said kisses.
I gotta remember this guy's name. The comedian that Courtney and I watched the other day told a joke about how he was standing somewhere and this woman blew him a kiss, and he thought, oh, it's like a fan of mine, and so he said he caught the kiss. And then some guy tapped him on the shoulder, and her husband was behind him, and he had caught somebody else's kiss that flowed in his direction. And I was like,
you want this back?
What a good time. All right, here's the early votes that have been cast already. I've got some of the data in front of me here. 18 million early votes and counting already with 12 days left before the election. That is longer than the lifespan of a mosquito, generally speaking, which is kind of crazy to think. Just an absolute massacre of
hate mosquitoes.
They don't last very long. They have a short lifespan, and we have less than that, basically, before we can get to the polls.
I don't like
vote
mosquitoes.
for that guy.
I don't like those mosquitoes.
Or the other lady. You could vote for Trump or Kamala Harris or, Stein, Jill Stein. That's probably a wasted vote, but, you do your thing. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I just know that here's what we have so far. Of the early votes, and you got about 21% of people who have either cast a vote or requested their ballots for this election. The oldos are, of course, out in the lead. They have voted, people over 65, 34% of them have already cast some sort of vote or requested their ballot in this election.
We don't, results? Yes? No?
No, all they know is the info about the people who voted. So we know that of all of the early voting, 39% of those people are registered Democrats. 32% are registered Republicans.
This is going to be neck and neck.
And 27% are non-affiliated. So those are folks who are independents, and they could swerve either direction. Women are out swinging their weight and coming out with 52% of the early votes.
You go,
Women
girl.
are the majority in the United States of America, but by a slim margin, and they're 52% of the votes compared to 47% men, and that leaves out 1%, I guess, for something else. Of the ethnicities voting, white folks are doing it, really, truly are. 55% of the early vote is white, which is actually under the representation in the United States at about 60%. The Hispanic folks, though, are showing up more than their representation would suggest. 19% of the vote is Hispanic. 4.6% of the vote is black. And then on down the line from there. What about the single cat ladies? Well, that could be an important demographic. 15% of them have showed up for early voting so far. And it looks like mostly people who are middle income to higher middle income, $50,000 to $150,000. You might consider somebody at $150,000 rich. I don't know where people draw that line. I don't know. Like, what do people think of anymore? $250,000 is what they would say. Well, that's a rich person.
How much in debt
income?
are you?
Or just in savings?
When somebody hears how much people make a year, what is the line where they say rich? Do you think it's $150,000? Would they consider, that person's rich?
I would say six figures probably.
Yeah, 100,000. Well, I think 100,000 used to be the line that I would draw. I think I've moved it.
I think it would be more
you
than
moved
that.
it? You think you're the one that's moved? No. You got to have a little more to be rich these days, says Sean Wasson.
Not me personally. I think for me, what I view as quote unquote rich, I would say now would be like $200,000 a year.
Do you consider yourself rich? Unrelated question.
That it doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there.
That was a good follow-up question.
Thank you.
250,000 plus, 4.5% of the population, and 6.6% of them have voted. So it's not the ultra rich that are voting. It's those people sort of right in the middle there that are showing up and voting. And all this is the early stuff that's gone through so far. So we'll see. We got 12 days left. TikTok on all of that, and all these votes have already been cast. But we got Trump is going to be joining Joe Rogan. That records on Friday. Kamala Harris, this was just announced a minute or two ago. Hang on, let me bring up the details on that, because this is an interesting move on her part. She is not going to be doing Joe Rogan. She instead is going to be doing a speech on the National Mall, which made famous by many things, but Forrest Gump, I think, was one of them, where the speech from Martin Luther King went down. Or just the Martin Luther King speech itself. But Vice President Kamala Harris is planning to deliver.
I thought that he was in the National Mall for the speech from the Yippie guy.
The Yippie guy?
Where he talked about the war in Vietnam.
Wasn't that an MLK speech on Forrest Gump? Wasn't that what they were there for?
No. We remember they told him to...
Yeah, you're thinking of Abby Hoffman?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Abby Hoffman, and he said, "Tell us about the war."
Oh, that's a point.
And Forrest said, the war in Vietnam, and he's like, "The war in Vietnam."
Oh, man, I got to go back and watch that again. I don't know. I thought it was Martin Luther King, the speech that he was like, the I Have a Dream speech. Because you know how Forrest was at all those super important moments.
I think that was a moment, too.
I actually, I don't know if he was at any Martin Luther King stuff. That might have been cut from the final film. You know, it got a lot of things.
Well, she's trying to do her own thing here. Vice President Kamala Harris is planning to deliver her closing argument Tuesday in a speech on the National Mall. Sources tell the Washington Post that Kamala Harris's speech will talk about January 6th, but will focus more broadly on her thoughts on Trump's threat to democracy. That's her closing argument right there, as we sit here in a virtual tie, I would say. Denny's not doing so well out there. A lot of restaurants, as we've discussed on the show, are struggling. Denny's among them. They've just announced they're closing 150 restaurants over at Denny's. How long do you think they've been around for? Any guesses? How long has Denny's been around for? What are your guesses?
A minute.
Sabrina? A minute?
Gosh.
I'll put you down for 1 minute.
I'm going to say 60 years.
60 years is what Fritz is down for.
75 years.
75 is what C-Lane is down for.
1 year.
I will go with 80 years.
C-Lane, you said 75?
Yeah.
Congratulations. You are the winner. 71 years Denny's has been around, and now they're closing down a big chunk of their restaurants. They have 1,375 or so, or they will at the end of this. They said these are underperforming restaurants, and they've had enough. They're closing their doors, shutting down, probably because they're getting walloped by the International House of Pancakes and Waffle House. Those are two solid contenders out there.
Don't forget Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel is decent, too. Although, actually, I don't
know
think
if I consider it like a diner like Denny's is. Or
it's not the same as Denny's or Waffle House, but also spicy take here. This is.
I'll get the phone lines ready. Let me guess. It's not that good, says Sean Watson.
It's terrible. It's not good at all. I don't think Cracker Barrel is good.
I had it.
I went when we were going up
recently, and it's delicious.
Really?
There's the way to say it's not good at all.
It's not good.
It's just categorically false.
No, it's not good in my opinion. All right, my
Spicy
opinion.
take.
I think that Cracker Barrel sucks. It's just the last time we went there going up to South Carolina, we were so hungry. We go in. Courtney got the chicken fingers, rubbish chicken fingers. And I got some breakfast item. Don't even remember what it was because it was unmemorable. It's just not as good as the International House of Pancakes is, in my humble but not so humble opinion, meaning what is right and what is not right at the end of the day. I think that even the other options are better. Even Denny's might be better. Denny's has been pretty consistent.
Not according to this story.
Yeah, they say that some of these restaurants aren't just performing that well out there.
What do you think the average Denny's does for dinner as opposed to breakfast? Because most people don't think of... No, you mean money-wise? Money-wise.
Yeah.
People don't think of going to those places for dinner. I certainly don't.
No, but they have a lot of items. They have they're making their menu smaller, I think, now. But they do have a full-ass menu over there.
I remember always going to Denny's after, like, baseball games or practices because there was, like, 24/7 one and a Popka.
Yep.
But, but we would always order, like, eggs, bacon.
Ours was after church, for sure.
Yeah. We would go after church as well. And it was very cheap. I think it's still pretty damn affordable, honestly. It's more expensive than it was, but it's an affordable option. Waffle House, too. Did you see that guy at the football game this past weekend?
No.
There was some guy, and I go, oh, this coach is so animated. This coach is, like, really into the game. And he's got his shirt off, and he's got the headset on, and he's got, like, the plays in front of him. And I didn't realize for about 15 seconds that it was some fan with a Waffle House menu and a fake headset, and he's in the stands. Oh, here he is. This is the guy here. He looks like he's the coach of the team, but he's holding a Waffle House menu in his hand instead of the actual plays. And they kept putting the camera on this guy during the games this weekend.
I love that he took off the shirt but kept the belt on.
Yeah, you got to keep it.
There's a look to that.
Above board. It's professional, but loose. Yeah. I don't mind that.
I thought you were going to say professional wrestling. Pantless men fighting over belts.
That's true. That does happen. Okay, we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back after this break, we're going to play some of your dispatches. We got jury duty, so we'll get into, one, an update on mailbox money, and two, the Menendez brothers update. And we haven't even gotten to the McDonald's story yet. Where is this going down? The problems with McDonald's Quarter Pounders, the exact states, how many people are sick, how many people have died, all that info coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by MD Now.
The Magic tip off their season tonight in Miami. Current DraftKings Sportsbook line for Orlando's Paolo Banchero is over under 22.5 points. Florida State football coach Mike Norvell told ESPN mistakes were made in evaluating this year's team going into Saturday's visit to number 5 Miami. And Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 home run ball fetched a record-shattering $4.4 million at auction. I'm Scott Davidson.
Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Guys, unlock the performance enhancement for the bedroom, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You may have heard of those, but it's in a chewable form, and it's at a fraction of the cost. The deal that I have for you is amazing. It is stunning. It will rock your mind and blow your world. And here it is. You could try Blue Chew for free when you use the promo code TNJ at checkout. Then you just pay $5 for shipping, and that's it. Your first month is free. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TNJ to get your first month free at BlueChew.com.
It's that time again, where we choose who we think is the best candidate for office. It's a difficult decision that requires the evaluation of contenders. Do they have the appropriate skills and experience for this office? Are they the right type of leader? Do they have a clear vision? Selecting the right candidate is no easy feat. That's why, for your office, there's ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes choosing the right candidate for any office easy because they only find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. Best of all, they do it fast. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, while you're thinking about that really big decision, rest assured that any other hiring decision will be much easier when you use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The commitment from IDC to first responders is really extraordinary.
Veteran firefighter Johnny Hinton talks about International Diamond Center's ongoing support for our heroes in uniform.
IDC has helped us raise just massive amounts of money.
Johnny says in addition to corporate gifts to support charity fundraisers, IDC is there every day, helping first responders with an extra 15% discount on any purchase.
And to have a discount like that is a big advantage for our membership.
International Diamond Center, proud to support local heroes in uniform, firefighters, police, military.
We don't do this job for the notoriety, the recognition. It's a higher calling for us. The ability to serve the community day in and day out. That's what gives us purpose and drive. Is truly remarkable, and we can't thank IDC enough for the support that they've shown for our membership over the years.
International Diamond Center.
Again, thank you guys so much.
3 Orlando area locations, and always online at shopidc.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Outsmart cyber criminals this October with Norton 360. For Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Norton 360 offers a software updater feature to reduce vulnerabilities. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off your first year at norton.com/secure.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Make your smart speaker smarter. Hey Google, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
So glad
in this moment that I never had a cast growing up, I think I would have not survived it because it is just not the experience for me. I have to wear this stupid compression sleeve thing for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, for your elbow?
For my elbow, I have to wear this because it like pulls everything together. It's obnoxious.
Is it getting bigger?
It got a little bigger, yeah.
Can you just show us?
No, I don't want to take this thing off right now. It's not a big Popeye elbow.
You're not supposed to work out for a while now.
I know, which I'm not super excited
do one
about.
arm.
I wanted to keep going, but they said you have to wait at least a week before lifting any weights and stuff.
Well, you could do the other arm and just get that one really ripped and look like Quagmire after he discovered porn.
The other arm's probably behind anyways, but the whole process is irritating, and I'm so itchy. Like I'm dying. Just rip this off and just itch my arm as bad as I possibly can, or hard as I possibly can. That's what I've been doing during the break. I'm just like smacking and squishing and doing whatever I can to alleviate it a little bit, but for the next 2 or 3 weeks, if you see a stupid thing on my arm, that's what that is for. Good times. McDonald's, not good times over there. They are not doing so well over at McDonald's. McDonald's shares falling after the CDC says, guess what, friends? McDonald's Quarter Pounders are getting people sick with an E. coli outbreak.
Hey.
And the most interesting thing about this is how fast everything seems to be moving.
And just the Quarter Pounders?
Just the Quarter Pounder. Just the Quarter Pounder this is related to. 49 cases so far. I'm looking right at the CDC and their release on this. 10 people have been hospitalized. 1 person has died. And it's in 10 different states. So let's see. Locations where this has gone down. This is in some of the Midwest, but mostly out west. Utah, Colorado is the biggest state with 26 people that have gotten sick.
Damn.
4 in Wyoming, 9 in Nebraska, only 1 out there on the West Coast in Oregon and in Montana.
Happens like this. Obviously, they've been able to narrow it down to the Quarter Pounder at McDonald's. Are we still awaiting to see other people getting sick, or they've told everybody throw out all the meat that is used for Quarter Pounders? No matter
I don't
what?
know. I'm not sure what they've told McDonald's. They're probably getting some information from the CDC directly, I would guess.
It would be likely like similar to the boar's head thing, or similar to just like any of the normal recalls. They would probably identify a lot of potentially infected ones and then go, if this range of numbers is on your box for Quarter Pounder meat,
toss it. Yeah. It started at the end of September. That's when they got their first case of somebody being sick from a Quarter Pounder. Then it built up.
How do they know they got sick from the Quarter Pounder?
That's a great question.
The
CDC. If anyone asked that 2 seconds ago.
That's twice in one segment that you guys have done
is.
That. I'm looking at the chart here. It says when people got sick, the busiest day in a bad way was on the 7th of October. So that was like a couple of weeks ago?
I just ordered a Quarter Pounder.
Did you really?
Yeah, to hear. I wonder if it was that same day. But I'm fine, right? I mean, it would have happened immediately.
Should be. There's a chance that something can happen, but nobody in Florida has been made sick by this. Nobody in, the Northeast.
I feel certain that it was like early October.
I got to tell you, a Quarter Pounder is such a good burger that I would still eat it.
It really is, man.
Go for
it's satisfying, too.
It's because it's supposed to be the thicker meat, like that, versus the patties that are.
They also do I think they do the veggies a little different on the Quarter Pounder because it's supposed to be a little more elevated than the burger. I'm sorry, I asked the question wrong. What you said, this started as early as sometime mid to late September. I didn't mean how do they know it's the Quarter Pounder and not the Big Mac. I meant how did the first people getting sick not know it was the thing they had for breakfast or the thing they had for a different meal, and like narrow it down to the fact that I got sick from this McDonald's.
It says, as of October 22nd, 49 people infected with the outbreak strain of E. coli have been reported from 10 states. Illness has started on dates ranging from September 27th, of 28 people with information available, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to see. The true number of sick people is ultimately much higher than the number reported. It doesn't say how they got to determining that it came exactly from this.
October 11th.
It says state
Quarter
and local.
pounder, Sabrina.
That's
in
when
my
you got
body.
yours?
Yeah.
You were right in this window then. State and local public health officials are interviewing people about the foods they ate in the week before they got sick. Of the 18 people interviewed, all 18 reported eating at McDonald's. That's how they know, C-Lane. And 16 people reported eating a beef hamburger. Of 14 people who remembered the specific beef hamburger, 12 reported eating a quarter pounder.
Dang.
And so does that mean if you get diagnosed with E. coli, they have like a worksheet to fill out? That's fascinating.
You have to tell them what you ate for the entire week before you got sick.
It's kind of like contact tracing was trying to be.
Yeah.
It was like, we want, if you got COVID, to tell us everywhere you've ever been.
So glad I didn't get it.
They said to all these people, write down what you ate, and then they found out, they all went to McDonald's. That's in common between all these people. And then of all these people that came in, 14 remembered that they ate a beef hamburger at McDonald's. And of the 18, 12 remembered specifically it was a quarter pounder. So that's how they did the work to trace it back to the damn quarter pounder.
Look at that. I faced death and I didn't even know it.
Look at that. You survived to live another day.
And I'm so glad I didn't have to tell him what I ate the week prior because apparently I was having
a
moment. I think I was on my period, so we had Tijuana Flats.
All right.
That's weird. Are you tracking my menses?
He's got a different little list over there, a sheet that he uses. It's just like the DeWitt, the Mo list. There's
right.
one right next to it.
Sabrina's period list. Interesting. And you must have noticed when I skipped a week. Sabrina must be pregnant.
No.
Oh, I took that too far.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
Wish I had E. coli.
What else did you eat that week? Was there something else weird on there?
I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
Well, nothing has been weird so far. McDonald's is the most normal thing you could order ever, I think.
Cuban food, Pio Pio.
Oh, where'd you get Cuban food from?
Zaza.
Zaza, is that place good?
Zaza's great.
Zaza's delicious, man.
They have a great café con leche.
We have a Cuban place by our house, but it's
Numero uno?
Not good. Yeah, the one by us is not great.
Yeah, it depends on the day. But yes, there have been moments where I'm like, you guys are ready to be done with your shift, aren't you?
And then I've told you guys before about trying to go to the Black Bean Deli place, and it's just way overpriced.
But so delicious, too.
There's always a line there. And I remember, there was a couple times where I said, I'm not going to this place. It was way after COVID. And they were like the last place to have all the rules in place and stand here and do this. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Food's worth it, though.
Were people following the rules? Or did they just not? There are some places for the longest time that just didn't get around to scraping the lines off the floor
ground
where you were supposed to stand 6 feet away from each other. And I was like, or take the sign off the door that's like, we are following CDC guidelines.
No, they were still doing it, I think, at that point. And I said, I'm not doing this right now. A jury duty is brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
Thanks, Mo.
Injured or the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Real quick, I'll rip through these. There's an update on the mailbox money that we talked about when it happened. People are cleaning up from this Juul settlement. Some people getting as much as $9,000 in mailbox money, and they're finally getting distributed. Others report receiving $6,200, $4,600. People who submitted receipts from their Juul pods or pens may have gotten bigger payouts. A lot of them in the high hundreds and many into the thousands of dollars from Juul. Not too shabby. The LADA, that means Los Angeles District Attorney, friends, has revealed that he will make a decision.
I thought it was Lotta.
No,
like Lotta Mercy.
Technically, it is Lotta, and you could do the Lot of Mercy, but Los Angeles District Attorney is what we're going with right now. He revealed he's going to make a decision on whether to free the Menendez brothers or not by Friday.
So the tease.
More coming out this week. By the end of the week, he said they are going to announce. He also said there was certainly implicit bias that took place at the time that perhaps may have had an impact in the way the case was perceived and presented to the jury at the time of conviction. He said his office is split on whether there should be a resentencing. I have a group of people, including some that were involved in the original trial, that are adamant they should spend the rest of their life in prison and that they are not molested. They were not molested. I have other people in the office that believe they probably were and deserve some relief. So we don't know. It's a coin toss. Will the Menendez brothers be freed? We might know this week, which is kind of interesting. When we come back, Abercrombie & Fitch, their CEO, is in a whole world of trouble. Let's figure out why. I've got the actual information here, and we'll learn what the CEO is alleged to have done. We got a whole grab bag segment ready as well, which is just a bunch of random stuff pieced together. We do those from time to time. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Why follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traffic is slowing down on some of the major roadways here on Florida's Turnpike northbound between County Road 561 and US 27. There's delays through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Authorities are clearing up a couple earlier accidents here. Alafaya Trail at Challenger Parkway. There's an accident on Silver Star Road at Hiawassee Road. Travel with caution on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Folks, if you're a homeowner, congratulations, first of all. And now it's on you. When stuff breaks, you're the one who has to fix it, unfortunately. But don't feel like you're going to get ripped off. I know that happens all the time out there. Mills Air is going to help you out with your air conditioner. If something breaks, Mills Air is there to fix it. They've been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years of experience helping people just like you. And their techs are the best. They can service any brand out there. Mills Air, they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, getting you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. I get a lot of feedback concerning the commercials I do on autism awareness. I don't do this to make my son famous or to make people feel sad for me. It's to spread awareness. For parents out there who are in my situation, please don't think your duties end when you end. These children are going to live a lot longer than we are. Be prepared. Contact us at whenunits.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVIN.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Jessica, I had a really nice time tonight.
Me too.
Of all the girls in Orlando, there's no one I'd rather spend time with.
I feel the same way.
There's just one thing I have to tell you. Now, only with Verizon, you can get YouTube Premium for just $10 per month with my plan, making it totally ad-free, because there's nothing worse than an interruption from an ad right when things are about to get interesting.
What?
Check it out at a Verizon store here in Orlando.
My car's here. Bye.
YouTube Premium perk requires line subscribe to my plan. Must be 18 years or older. Cancel anytime. One offer per eligible Verizon line. Additional terms apply. U.S. only.
Marijuana is scientifically proven to be safer than alcohol, but casual marijuana users are treated like dangerous criminals. It's time for a change, and law enforcement officers across Florida agree. Here's Bradford County Sheriff Gordon Smith with more.
Using marijuana doesn't make you a bad person, and it's time we stop ruining lives over it. I'm a Republican sheriff, and I'm voting yes on Amendment 3 for safe, tested, regulated marijuana for adults. Amendment 3 will get marijuana laced with Chinese fentanyl off our streets and save countless Florida lives. With more funding for law enforcement to crack down on the real criminal, it's time. Vote yes on Amendment 3.
Amendment 3, legal marijuana for adults, safe, regulated, lab tested, and from a store, not the street. Get the facts at yeson3.com.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Save Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite number 3321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
I could rely on family to loan me money, but I'd rather rely on me.
There's nothing wrong with being independent. Amscot has cash advances from $50 to $1,000 and no credit check. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
It's that time again, where we choose who we think is the best candidate for office. It's a difficult decision that requires the evaluation of contenders. Do they have the appropriate skills and experience for this office? Are they the right type of leader? Do they have a clear vision? Selecting the right candidate is no easy feat. That's why, for your office, there's ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes choosing the right candidate for any office easy because they only find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. Best of all, they do it fast. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, while you're thinking about that really big decision, rest assured that any other hiring decision will be much easier when you use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Video or audio dispatch by going over to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. Super easy for you to do, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on the show. Okay, a couple of notes here. First things first, somebody on chat is asking about wearing their shirt to go vote. Well, as long as you're going to vote after some point next week, you'll be good to go, because every single order is going to be shipped and headed to you on Monday. Every single order. So everybody who ordered a shirt, sorry for the delay because of Hurricane Milton. The printer just wasn't able to do it at that time. Usually we have a faster turnaround than this. But every single one of you will be getting your shirts next week. That is 100% confirmed. All of them will go out on Monday. Some of you will get yours as soon as Tuesday. The last of you will get yours by Friday, I would guess. I think almost everybody will have it by Wednesday or Thursday. And then you'll be good to go if you want to wear that to vote.
Hooray.
All right. Another note is for those of you, and this is most of you now, that use the website at thenewsjunkie.com for dispatches or secret shows or anything else, the soundboard, all the different features on there. There's an update that is going out tomorrow, and that update will fix an issue that some people were complaining about where you have to log in every time. This should keep you logged in until you log out. So this should make it so that problem is gone. And also, if you gift a secret show subscription or if you sign up for one, you'll get a magnet. There's a whole claim form and everything now that will be built into things. And if you gift like 5 subs, you'll get 5 magnets. You'll get one for each gifted subscription. That launches tomorrow on thenewsjunkie.com. Now to what I was just teasing before the break, because I've seen many stories about this, but I still don't have a firm grasp on what's happening with the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch.
That documentary on Netflix was wild.
That was
I
his,
didn't see
right?
this. I didn't see
I
this.
didn't realize it. I remember hearing about it, but I did not put the two together. I thought it was, what was the other really popular one besides Abercrombie and Fitch?
Oh, that
It was
had a
like
scandal?
Lauren?
No.
It was like with a H, and it was like
Tommy
the same-
Hilfiger?
Hollister?
Hollister. Wasn't it Hollister?
I don't know if it was
I don't
Hollister, but
remember.
I know what you're talking about. There was a men's clothing brand like Abercrombie and Fitch that had a similar controversy. I don't know. I'm
It's
into the
a
loose
bit of a
pieces of that
pattern
one.
here, huh?
Well, former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO in this case, this dude and his partner, his lover, Matthew Smith, and a third man, James Jacobson, are accused of operating an international sex trafficking and prostitution business that recruited young men for parties. And there was at least a suggestion that they were doing this and kind of utilizing the brand Abercrombie and Fitch to rope some of these young guys in. Like, hey, you want to be a model for Abercrombie and Fitch? Come on over here.
Popped collars, no pants.
Here's what they said at the Department of Justice when they announced these charges.
He was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure and that of his romantic partner.
Uh-oh. I want more from the people, not this music.
Steel drum. People. This is going to be the entire thing.
Are they going to do this the entire
unfortunately.
time?
Yeah. They love to do it.
Okay, no, hold on. They're back. You're going to give us a little more.
Attending these sex events could yield modeling opportunities with Abercrombie or otherwise benefit their careers. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events.
This all sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
These sound like freak-offs. This sounds exactly like the Diddy stuff, except it was the Abercrombie dude who was allegedly behind this. Michael Jeffries is his name.
He should have been the one rapping about Abercrombie and Fitch, not LFO.
Oh, it's too late, though. Man, classic song. Hey, aren't all the dudes from LFO dead?
I think one of them still alive.
One of them still
Only
alive.
one?
And you say classic
How?
song, but have you ever read the lyrics?
Oh, they're
terrible.
nonsensical.
Make no sense.
The lyrics
At
are
all.
among the worst to any song ever, but it was
Billy
an
Shakespeare
earworm.
wrote a whole bunch of sonnets.
Some of them are so
Hip
bad.
hop, marmalade, spike and span. Spick and span.
Spick and span.
Met you one summer and all began. The great Larry Bird, Jersey 33. You're the best
These are
girl I
so
ever
unreal.
did see.
You know what's funny? I bet you could find an interview where they sit down with him and they're like, tell us about Abercrombie and Fitch. And they go, the song was written about, and they'll go deep on
Yeah.
you. It was
Actually,
an
the
attempt.
1884 revolution.
He shows the actual handwritten lyrics, and it's like some of it's like marker, some's crayon, blood. Cool, man.
So that's what's happening over with the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO. Things are not very good over there, and we'll see if the charges stick. One of the most shocking stories of the week so far has been not in the United States, but in Canada, which is allegedly a country. And in Halifax, Canada, which is in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Take that, Canada.
There was a Walmart. And at the Walmart, this young kid had gotten his first job. He said, I want to go out and make some money. I want to probably leave Canada, would be my guess. That's what he was trying to raise money for.
I'm
And
out of here.
This 19-year-old who had had a boot enough said, I'm going to get a gig, and I'm going to Walmart. And they said, we'll take you in, son. And he starts working, and it's a she. I'm sorry. She starts working.
Wow, way to assume the gender.
Sorry, I thought it was a dude. The woman who was employee of the store was given a gig in the bakery at this Walmart. You guys haven't heard this story yet? The woman was found dead in the large walk-in oven in the store's
Jeez.
bakery department.
First of all,
walk-in
why do we
oven?
have a walk-in oven?
They got a lot. They got baked goods, probably.
Yep, they got a big oven. An oven so big you can walk into it.
Kind of like Panera.
To put stuff in there
That's
or
a walk-in
to
freezer, I thought.
to fix stuff. Everybody has the walk-in freezer, but the walk-in oven, ooh, that's a whole nother level of
Those
danger.
things have blast doors, like real thick. It's a nightmare.
Perfect to cook a human in.
The Walmart store is closed until further notice.
Fritz, you sound like you have walk-in oven experience. Are we?
I saw it was a 1,000 Ways to Die episode back on Spike TV like a long time ago. And it was someone who forgot to reset the timer, walked in, and the door shut and cooked him.
Oh, my God.
And it was wild.
That's a nightmare.
Because it's like you have to go. You're constantly baking. So you pull one in, like pull the other one out. That it's still hot in there.
And there's no emergency button.
Hold on. I hate to do this to you guys, but
medium well is how it'd be called.
Walk-in bakery oven death or wood chipper death?
Wood chipper.
Wood chipper all day.
Why? Because it takes
bakery,
time?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, God almighty.
Just sitting there and waiting.
The wood chipper, if you just ran full speed, dove in.
Sabrina said she wanted to be medium well. That might be a little faster, but if they had that thing low and slow,
12 hours.
Yeah.
You're like,
crispy
seriously,
skin.
Let me out of here.
The meat's
I'm
just
still
falling
alive.
off the bone.
Yeah.
My
No.
God.
Nasty.
Shredded Fritz.
And by the way,
you would eat me though, right?
This
Yes.
19-year-old
that way, please.
that was found in there, they got to get rid of the bakery oven, right?
No, you have to.
Yeah, right. Watch.
You think they'll
just
keep
clean
it?
real good.
Oh man, you think luminol would just light
You
the
guys
whole thing
remember
up?
the story? We're not going to name the place. I don't know how it never made the news. They covered up pretty well, but there was a particular chain of restaurants. One
It
of
was a
which,
fryer or something, right?
yes, and fry cook had a heart attack, died, fell into the fryer,
Ooh.
and apparently no one noticed for a bit. And they shut the store down for the evening, but they were back up and running the next day. And it's been a minute since I've been in the restaurant industry, but you can't just get a brand new fryer that quickly.
All
so
right.
I have a feeling it was a little bit of bleach and a little shh, say nothing.
Fryer, wood chipper, or walk-in oven?
What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying, if there were a choice, if they said your life gets paused and they go, you're about to die, which of these
The
options would you
quickest
like?
way. But then again, it's going to be tough for the funeral stuff. That's a closed casket all over it. All of it would.
All of them. Yeah.
I guess
We're
wood
gonna
chipper
be
would just be a
bad.
bag.
Jeez, I'd prefer to go in my sleep if that was an
Okay,
option.
so pick one of those.
Okay, yeah.
no,
oh, yeah.
you guys have already chosen. You chose to go in the wood chipper.
And what do you choose?
Sean's like, I just take too much Tylenol and just,
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
rest
wear my
comfortably.
compression elbow brace, though.
Peacefully makes me
You have to pick one
transition.
of them.
Yeah.
Pick one of what?
Pick one of
the three.
How do you want to
Wood
die,
chipper.
Sean?
Wood chipper. I'm running full speed ahead, and I'm Narutoing it. I'm putting my arms behind me.
Whoa.
So that my head goes in there first, and there's absolutely no pain.
Just like he's jumping into the ocean. He's just
Right.
like, yep, head first into that wave.
And then
On the other
plot
hand-
twist doesn't work, but he has this weird ass head the rest of his life, like that guy in L.A.
On the other hand, if you misjudged that and survived, you would really be...
Look at my shred leg.
Jump back in.
Just the minute you get out of the hospital, you go, where's another wood chipper?
There's a-
right back through.
There's a great Mr. Show skit about that.
About dying
man.
in a wood chipper?
No, it was this kid, and he thought he heard subliminal messages about doing bad things to himself, and then it turns out he lived. So they had to write a song about it. It's hilarious,
Show.
but it's really dark.
Classic. Just like
Mr.
LFO.
Show is a cult hit, man. People who love that show will tell you about it. And not enough people saw it either.
It really shaped my there's a lot of people who think that Bob Odenkirk created internet humor, by how subversive and funny he was. But man, it really is worth a watch.
Do you think the God damn it, I'm so sorry, I forget the name of this show all the time. What's the one, I Think You Should Leave? Is that the name of the show?
Yeah.
Tim Robbins.
Do
Tim
you think
Robinson.
I Think You Should Leave is the new version of that sort of humor?
Yeah,
Is it in that?
Yeah, definitely.
That
It's in a
definitely
similar vein.
brought it back to mainstream. There's a couple shows that you would find along those lines, but they're just not as popular. More of a cult following.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, let me hit this real quick before we take a break.
Whoa.
I'm just going to hit this real quick if you don't mind. Royal Caribbean, they are on the lookout. A 66-year-old woman fell overboard near the Bahamas. And they said she fell off the Allure of the Seas. Maybe it was the
The
Allure
real
of the Seas.
allure is that they are not going to find her.
It was 9:40 p.m. when she went overboard. And according to its itinerary, they departed Port Miami on Monday on a 4-night cruise, scheduled to have stops in Nassau and Coco Cay. And they said 200 of the ship's staterooms are reserved for special Taylor Swift-themed sailing following her Eras Tour concerts. So maybe this was like some Meemaw who was with her kids at the Taylor Swift show, and then
Look what you
off
made
you
her
go.
do.
right off the damn ship, which is not a good time. Okay, when we come back, we're going to have our
Wood
grab
chipper
bag segment.
fall off a cruise ship?
No.
Or
wood chipper. Wood chipper.
All right, fall off a cruise ship or the walk-in oven.
God damn.
Choice. And then also the cruise ship is Taylor Swift theme.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Just think about it.
That does factor in. I'm going to go cruise ship because on the way down, I'm going to notice what's going on and I'm going to angle my head down.
Okay.
No, that's not good. I want to go flat, right? If I go flat, it's going to do the most amount of damage. I'm trying to set myself
up. You want a belly flop off of a cruise ship?
Yes, I'd rather go fast than slow. I want to make it so maximum damage occurs.
I would do one front flip and then pencil dive. The smallest splash.
I would try that, but I probably would fail and look like a dumbass on my way to death.
Oh, Are you allowed to get like blackout drunk before this happens?
Yeah, I hope so.
All of the deaths start with blackout drunk.
I sure hope so. Okay.
Wow,
Grab
that was
bag
nice
segment.
conversation.
When we come back, I got a whole bunch of different things for us to go over, and we'll see what everybody's feeling about these. We'll get to that, plus the remainder of the things we have to do before we call it a day here on a lovely Wednesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is starting to slow down through the city on I-4 between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. The traffic lights are not working correctly where Severin Boulevard meets Banchory Road. There's an accident off to the side on I-4 westbound before St. John's River Bridge. Authorities are clearing up an accident off to the right shoulder on the Greenway southbound near the beach line there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
One of my favorite parts about that mortgage guy, Don, from thatmortgageguyDon.com, is the fact that he's part of the Real Radio family. That's right. You can hear the Home Loans Radio Show every Saturday morning right here on Real Radio. Get your questions answered live on the air because Don, he's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. He's your pal. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go! Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, Saturday, October 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEAtakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEAtakeback.com.
It's Oktoberfest season in Central Florida, and the Filatowski Eye Institute wants you to see every detail of the celebration. For over 3 decades, they've been helping Central Florida residents experience life's joys with crystal clarity. Imagine seeing all the festivities without worrying about lost contacts or foggy glasses. With their 24-month interest-free financing, LASIK is on tap for you this October. Text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute, and raise a glass to clear vision.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, October 26th. Find a collection site near you at DEAtakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts. Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, Saturday, October 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEAtakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEAtakeback.com.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish. I'm just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. We're going to highlight players, and we're just going to sit here and talk about them. And we'll get into the types of dudes. Is Randy Moss a stud or a freak? Is Tom Brady a dog or a dude's dude?
We're going to find out, Jules. New episodes drop every Thursday during the NFL season.
Listen to Dudes on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Dudes on Dudes to start listening.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Days left until the election. And I don't even know what we're going to learn on that day. Because you got some of these states where I don't know why they haven't figured it out. Where they wait forever. California is one of them, by the way. It's so insane to me that in California, I think it takes like over a week for them to tally up the votes.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not just the number of people, though. In Florida, we do it before it gets dark. We do it real quick. They allow votes in California as long as they're postmarked on the day of the election. So if you had one and sent it in and like it was on the day of the election that it went out, but it didn't arrive until a week or two later, that vote still counts. So they have to drag out the election count until maybe 1 week, 2 weeks longer than you would do it otherwise. It's pretty crazy. I think we could really be more efficient with these things. It's important that people know and they know fast. I know with the last election, remember how many people were sitting around going, wait, hold on, we're not getting an answer yet?
Yeah, it was the day of Celine's wedding that that news finally broke because I was at the station recording Weekend Liners.
That's true. And were there protests or like celebrations or there's something going on that day on TV?
At
I remember.
my wedding?
No, not at your wedding
I think
in
it was a little bit of
particular.
a celebration. I don't recall.
I don't remember exactly how it went down, but it took a while to get to that conclusion. It needs to be faster, I think. All right, let's go to a grab bag here of some stuff that's happening out there. And this is from the world of politics. This is a journalist named Mark Halperin, who was a respected journalist. I don't know if he had a Me Too moment or he had something where he got kind of canceled for a while. And now he's suggesting that there's a story behind the scenes that's being floated around about Trump. Here's what he says.
Hit it.
These last 2 weeks are going to be filled with things like this. And I can tell you, without going into detail, that I've been pitched a story about Donald Trump now for about a week that, if true, would end his campaign. And there's all sorts of things like that flying around. I'm not the only one who's been pitched it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. What could it be? We've had so much. He thinks there's something that he has in a story where if he reported it, Donald Trump will go, see you later. Campaign's over. I'm going to shut it down.
Yeah,
no.
We're supposed to have some sort of October scary. Are they waiting until Halloween?
Short of him saying Donald Trump massacres and eats children, and here's all the dead kids' bodies.
The left.
Here's some footage of him mowing on the carcasses of kids.
I still think that wouldn't do it.
Not even enough.
Nope.
He famously said he could shoot somebody in Manhattan and still get votes, and I think he's right about that. I don't think there's any story.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that would
things.
do that.
Remember the famous clip, and it got the other guy fired that was just there listening to it.
Billy Bush.
Yeah.
Billy Bush.
But that was supposed to be an ender too. Like, oh, he can't survive this. Well, I got some news for you after that.
He thrived.
Yeah, it didn't hurt. So I seriously doubt that Mark Halperin is right there. Now over to Theo Von. And because we live in a strange timeline, now all the people who are running for office want to go talk to people like Theo Von because they have big audiences.
He is such a lovable, he's a lovable idiot, though.
But like, how do you, the things that come out of his mouth, it would take a room full of writers and it just pops out.
He's a strange character. But the thing he said when he was talking to J.D. Vance, Trump's VP pick, he was talking about something that made him think, man, what's even happening to America anymore? What's even happening to our country? Here's how that works in Theo Von's mind.
I don't know if I'd be sober if this stuff weren't killing people, to be honest with you. I know that's sad to say.
Talking about cocaine.
But that keeps me out of the risk of it.
He talks about cocaine with everybody that is a political figure on that show.
I think he talked to Trump about it.
Yeah, and he's like, so you just didn't like the stuff? Or it's just always the go-to.
Yeah, he's saying now that if it weren't for fentanyl being in cocaine, he might be doing.
Just makes it too...
Makes it a little scarier.
Yeah, that's the thing. It makes it scarier.
Yeah.
But it's also sad that somebody... I mean, this is ridiculous to say, probably, that somebody can't... You know, you can't even do cocaine in this country anymore. You know?
You see what I'm saying? Case in point.
What does this country come to?
This is a dude who misses cocaine.
He can't even do it anymore.
You know, my favorite Theo Von bit. Did you ever see the story that he did where? Okay, here it is. I'll play it if you don't know this.
Is it curse?
I don't think so. Here he goes.
Just won first place in this orgy out here, boy. Look at him. I beat all of y'all, son. Wanting to step y'all's game up. Do Kegels.
Now, if you don't know what's going on here, I'm pretty sure that's the Jonestown Massacre in the background.
What?
No.
And that's why all those people are lying on the ground.
What do you
pretty
mean?
sure. I'm pretty sure
I thought it was
this
just
is
a bunch of people sleeping.
Do it again.
Look right here. All these people. I'm pretty sure he's green screening.
Just won first place in this orgy out here, boy.
No, I think it's probably
Look at
yoga.
him. I
or something.
beat all of y'all, son.
They're laughing.
Y'all need to step y'all's game up. Do Kegels, bruh. I just won this orgy, bruh.
I don't
It
know.
does look like that, though.
It looks like the Jonestown Massacre.
I can see
in the
I
background.
can see that.
But there's some people who are still alive, and there is some laughing. They did do weird things in the last moments over there. Let's
In
go over
Jonestown?
to
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. They certainly did. Let's go over to Obama. He's talking about the state of our country, maybe about cocaine. Who knows? No.
I don't understand how we got so toxic and just so divided and so bitter. And I get why sometimes people just don't want to pay attention to it. And we all have friends like that. We have family members who just like, it's all a circus out there.
He's right about that. There are a lot of people that go, politics? Hell no. Hard no from me right now. And they just don't even want to discuss this whole thing. What else do we have? Here is MSNBC talking to people about whether or not they're going to vote for Kamala.
What are your feelings? And let me start with the women here about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents.
This is a new thing that's been happening because Trump this week just went to a hair salon, not a hair salon, a barbershop, a black barbershop in New York. And he goes in there and he's like chopping it up with the guys at the barbershop. And they're laughing around and stuff. This is like the thing that they do. They used to go to diners. Now they go to diners sometimes too, and they ask all the people around the diner, who are you going to vote for? But they also go to barbershops and salons and stuff. And they think like this is the center of culture.
We'll get the real juice here.
Yeah. These are the people who aren't afraid to say what's on their minds.
They are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure.
She's a Trump voter.
And manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect the woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education.
Man, this is a whole ass salon that is voting for Trump, I think. I think all these people are Trump supporters.
I don't think they just walked in there, though, right?
And it says Trump something over here. I can't read what that sign says. Trump safety or something? There's something that's on this.
To really run America, because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles.
Trump safety.
And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy.
Right.
Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president
That's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And
they got signs all over the whole place. So everybody in this place is pro-Trump. All black people at this black salon, and all Trump voters, which I don't know how they landed on these folks, but it's kind of interesting.
I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
This is a thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Right.
Yeah. Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. She's sworn into when she's sworn to the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view...
Jeez, they got a bottle of Malibu behind them in this place, too. It's right behind her. Hang on.
I've had some times with Malibu.
I don't know if I can. Oh, it's right behind that lady. Right there. There's a full bottle of Malibu right behind him. You get your rum, you get your hair done. So some differing opinions over there. And what else? We have, we've got to take a break.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break real quick.
Grab bag.
Real quick. We'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. live this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, temperatures will be bouncing back into the mid-80s for highs, with a high of 85 degrees today in Orlando. We'll stay mostly dry. A couple of coastal showers could make their way further inland, only though about a 10% chance of those sprinkles. Otherwise, we'll stay dry and mostly sunny. Highs right around the low to mid-80s all the way into the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Cost. This is a performance enhancement for the bedroom. And with the deal I have for you, why not try out Blue Chew? You could try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code TNJ. That's TNJ. Use that at checkout and you pay just $5 for shipping, and that is it. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TNJ for your first month free at BlueChew.com.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
All 2024s must go. It's the model year-end event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. New 2024 Nissans from $18,900. Make no payments till 2025 and 0% interest at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. VIN number RL897631. MSRP 20050. VIN number 5104975 plus tax and fees and approved credit.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
As we continue to clean up after Hurricane Milton and take assessment of our property and homes, having the best windows and doors can truly make the difference. The folks at Renewal by Andersen are seeing firsthand the incredible performance of Renewal by Andersen windows and doors in the face of the storms hitting Central Florida. They're having hundreds of clients reaching out to share their experiences. For example, they're hearing people say how they couldn't have made it through the storm without their windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, how their kids felt so safe because the windows provided such an amazing sound barrier. That's because Renewal by Andersen's windows and doors combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather. And that impact resistance adds a layer of safety for you and your family, especially during hurricane season, and even more so if you live on Florida's coast. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to see all the beautiful design and hardware options available. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Attention.
If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
You may have heard Wawa has pizza. But did you know that Wawa has pizza at a really great price? Right now, get a personal 14 or 16-inch Wawa pizza for just $6, $8, or $10. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is...
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Tommy Awesome on YouTube says, Tommy says, that is the only black salon I've seen that's for Trump, and that's why they went there. No African Americans are voting for Trump. No single women are voting for Trump. Well, that's obviously not correct.
Yeah, that's a loaded statement.
The barbershop that I saw Trump go to, those dudes seemed like they were down with him. I don't know who they're going to vote for at the end of the day, but they seem to like him.
Oh, could you imagine, though, he would have gotten like a fade?
Oh, God. That might have been a good move on his part. He's sticking with that floppy cut for at least the foreseeable future here. But what you're doing here is you're seeing stuff on television, you're seeing people argue online, and you're thinking that's the real world. There are no monoliths out there. There are no monoliths. If you look at black men, there's going to be a portion of black men that are going to vote for Trump. You might not understand it, but they do. They want to vote for a person different than the person you want to vote for.
Absolutely. There's a monolith of immigrants who are voting for Trump and feel very strongly, especially when it comes to immigration in the U.S.
Well, it is to say that there is not a monolith, right? Like,
not
people
a monolith,
don't just,
sorry.
Yeah, you don't vote, like, because you're a woman, you check in and vote for Kamala. No, the majority of women are going to vote for Kamala. And the majority of college-educated white women are going to vote for Kamala. But not everybody thinks the same way.
It's the
People
same
have
thing as
different
saying,
opinions.
I'm a hetero cisgender male. Oh, that's obviously a vote for Trump.
Yeah. Pull the lever. Here we go. People have different opinions from all different backgrounds.
I think it was perfectly spelled out in that clip in the barbershop, because what you kind of assume that most women are into feminism, and that most women would their ideals would align with ideals that that feminists support. And that one woman was like, I ain't a feminist. No,
The problem is, all of this is a war over definitions. It brings me back to, there was a Survivor season, okay? This will tell you about how definitions, we don't think about them enough sometimes. There's a scene in this Survivor Australia season that kind of went viral back when it happened a year or two ago. And this woman who is white, right? She is meeting this other woman for the first time. And she goes, where are you from? Remember, this is Survivor Australia. And the black woman that she meets goes, I'm from North Carolina. And she goes, oh, interesting, North Carolina. I think that's from the East Coast. And she said, what's of note here is that I'm more African-American than you. The white woman says to the black woman. And you go, wait, what? And the white woman was born in South Africa and lived in America, I believe, and then was somewhere else. And so technically she was an African-American. But in our head, when we think about the definition of that phrase, that's not what we think.
Of course. Should be African-Australian?
Well, yes, I think technically. I don't remember the actual background of it, but she was from South Africa, and she was saying, like, I'm technically more African-American than you are.
I know a white African very well.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is an African-American.
True.
If you utilize that definition of the word. And so it gets to the complexities of things like this, and this is why there's various different ways people identify themselves, whether it's black Americans, white Americans, a million different other things. But nobody votes that way. Nobody just goes, I'm going to check in. Here's the opinion I'm supposed to have. And I love that, actually. I like that people don't just fall in line and do whatever social pressures are going to tell them to do. Everybody
For a
gets a
man
vote.
who doesn't vote, that really means a lot to me, Sean.
Hey, Fritz, show me the candidate that doesn't suck, and I'll be right there, ready to pull the lever next to you.
That's why I love America. You were talking about earlier, like, neighbors shouldn't talk about politics, just be neighborly. And I 100% agree with you. And your right to not vote is your right to vote. Like that, and that's why America is America.
Well, I never like when people try to pressure folks into either having an opinion.
Yeah, because then it's like a dictatorship.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I see that a lot with the Israel-Palestine stuff. They go up to normies on the street and be like, what do you think about it? What do you think? Take a side, take a side. And people are like, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
You're really popular on TikTok for doing dances and lip syncing this stuff. So what's your side on this?
What's your stance? You got to
immediately say something.
And the person's like, I don't know. I'm not engaged in this. I don't know about it. Or maybe I'm not interested in any of these people. I just genuinely, I think you have the better outcome and the worse outcome in this election. And I think one candidate is probably a better choice than the other.
Which one? Come on. What is it?
My mind changes from time to time.
That's a good answer, Sean.
Actually, I would tell you.
He's good at the dance. He's good at the dance.
Oh, he dances better than anyone I know.
Wait.
Not in a bad way.
I don't know if I said this before, but after the assassination attempt on Trump, I was like, I might vote for the guy. Because I don't want to live in this country where we have people who are so inflamed by passion over politics and so angry at their opponents that they're going to try to shoot the people they don't agree with. And I was considering for a second voting for Trump in that moment. But I can't consciously cast a vote for Trump because I think January 6th was an aberration in history, and I think that his actions on that day were not presidential. They were not American, in my view. And so I then in that case I can't vote for him. Kamala Harris, I disagree with a lot of the things that Kamala Harris has said in the last 10 years, and then I find myself agreeing with a lot of things that she said in the last 4 months. So I'm like, who is this person actually? Which one of these people actually is she? And I worry about that stuff. I don't, generally speaking, like politicians.
Which one of the people will she be if she takes office?
I don't know. Nobody knows. We're all just kind of hoping and
free
praying
pizza Fridays, but we'll see.
But you gotta pay for the pizza.
So that's just legitimately how I feel about it.
Well, thank you for saying that, because I know that you don't normally talk about that stuff. So genuinely, thank you for saying that.
I don't mind talking about any of that stuff. I don't hesitate or shy away from it. It's just that I haven't in my entire life, I don't think, seen a politician where I was like, yes, I agree with all of these things.
Have you voted in the past?
Yeah, of course. I probably voted 6 times, or maybe
more. What was
more
the
than
last
that.
election you voted in?
Reagan? No, Reagan. Get out of here.
He was 8.
Yeah. Probably Probably George W. Bush.
2000 or 2004?
No, I voted. No, it was after that then.
2008 was my first election.
Yeah, 2004 was my first.
I don't remember. I have to go back and look. Maybe.
Oh, you saved your ballot?
Mitt Romney's election. I don't know.
That was 2008.
Yeah, it might have been the 2008 election. I don't know.
If he saved his ballot, then he didn't really vote.
Oh, no, wait. 2008 was John McCain. Yeah, sorry.
Anyways.
Oh, we got to get out of here. We got to
All right.
Oh, wow.
So, no dispatches today. Sorry. The stories that didn't make the cut.
Yeah,
brought to you by Nation's Trucks. Check them out. Go ahead.
Cento Family Moving and Storage.
Oh, whoops.
They
Sorry.
are the best. Forget the stress. Move the best. CentoMoving.com.
They can move a truck, I'm pretty sure.
Cento Moving and Storage, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for moving. Sealand, you did a great job. He's in his great new house, and he's all the better for it.
Yeah, and I owe you guys a blanket because you left yours when he moved me.
Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I do too.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Flats Fisherman says, at the News Junkie, well, I apologize, John. I thought for sure you were a Trumper. Everybody thinks I'm everything. Everybody seems to want me on their side to fight, but then if I go against something they say, then it's immediately you must love the other people.
This guy.
Big RFK Jr. fan. After the whale prank.
I think RFK Jr. is nutso.
Even before the brain parasite?
I kind of like the nutso a little bit. Like the bear story is so intriguing to me.
It's wild.
It's too much.
The stories are very good. They're very good. But I find myself disagreeing with a lot of stuff that he says too. All right, let's just do the last one here. Today I learned this band right here.
Blink-182.
That's right. Blink-182 is the answer that I got when I asked C-Lane the following question. What song should we end on? And Today I Learned Today.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he said Blink-182, and here it is, right here in front of us. Thank you so much. My print didn't print. So maybe tomorrow we'll do the ones that were supposed to be for today.
Cool.
Fritz, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Fort Fritz.
We love you. Fort Fritz, go check them out where you get your podcast. Go get the podcast of this show over on the News